I went through the archives of my collection last night to find the OJ Simpson stuff, the phone calls that we made to OJ Simpson, and I got those queued up and ready to go later this morning. I forgot about the one, and people reminded me, with OJ Simpson passing, dying of prostate cancer. Just a couple of months ago, I think TMZ had video of him like driving the car. He rolls down the window, and I thought someone, hey, Andrew, see if you can find this. Yeah, I thought TMZ had some video, and I thought the reporter said, hey, OJ, how's your health? And he's like, I'm fine. I thought there was some video of him just not too long ago saying, yeah, everything's great. And then, of course, we get word yesterday that OJ Simpson, a double murderer, died of prostate cancer. But I have the audio bites of us calling OJ when it was the MJ and BJ show back in 1995, and a series of phone calls, and Michelle was even part of a call. And people were reminding me, hey, MJ, remember when Michelle called up OJ trying to get a date or something? And Michelle pretended to be a woman that met him at a party, and we woke OJ. Just funny stuff, going back, almost 30 freaking years. So we've got that audio coming up. And, of course, listen, this show was put on the map with those MJ, BJ, OJ billboards.
Okay, were you guys on air when the Bronco chase happened here in Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we went on the air in February. Well, we were on the air in Tampa. The Bronco chase didn't happen in Tampa.
No. Were you on the air in Tampa?
Yes, I'm just the way you worded it. Just thought it was funny. Yes, we were on the air. We went on the air in February of 94, and that whole thing happened in the summer of 94.
That's right.
Yeah, so we were on the air. All right, so obviously we got some OJ crap coming up later this morning. Busy day. Also, Hal Herman, ladies and gentlemen. Hal Herman makes an appearance later today on the MJ Morning Show about 7:45, 7:55, somewhere in that vicinity. Hal Herman on the MJ Morning Show, and no, it is not Hal Herman headlines. No. All right, Froggy, you want to explain what the hell's happening with Hal Herman?
I don't know. I can't find Hal.
Oh, great.
I've been trying to get a hold of him for hours. But he should be here to do a performance with his new rock band, Hal Herman.
Yeah, yes. Not Hal Herman headlines, but Hal Herman's Hal Herman.
That's right. It's going to be a big morning. Ready to shock the system around here with Hal Herman.
Can you describe what Hal Herman is, please?
We're sort of like we're bringing back the rap rock sort of sound with Hal Herman.
You're bringing back the rap rock kind of sound.
Yeah, sort of like the new metal.
All right.
If you will. And that's NU, new metal.
NU, new metal.
It's not GNU, GNU.
No, it's new.
Okay.
And it's going to melt your faces.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be...
I love getting my face
Is this asleep?
I am a big Hal Herman fan, and I'm looking forward to it.
Are those new headphones?
It's my kid's headphones.
Oh, jeez.
Here, look. You can see I have my son's name, Hudson, right here on top of this.
There he is.
Here comes Fester. There we go. That's Fester's new walk-on music, folks.
I like it.
There he is. And then when he sits,
yeah. All right, now, Froggy, I have all kinds of Hal Herman stuff. I have a show open.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to go through any of that right now. You got to wait for the concert.
Hold on. Why can't I preview?
No. You're going to ruin the concert.
Why can't I preview the Hal Herman Open?
No.
As sort of a promoter.
I mean, even a movie has like a trailer.
Yeah, why can't we listen to the Hal Herman show open?
Because you're going to ruin the show. We have a show later. Everybody will hear the show open when Hal Herman comes into the studio. Do not play it. You're going to piss off Hal. He's not going to come in. Oh my God.
Come on. Let me preview this, please.
All right,
Just a
fine.
little bit.
Just yeah.
All right,
just a
hang on
little
a minute. Let me listen. This is set to run.
This is gonna be the show open of the concert too.
This is the show open for Hal Herman's Hal Herman and his live musical performance. Now, is he doing cover songs?
No, this is all live original music.
All original music from Hal Herman coming up. All right, let's listen to the show open, which I've been instructed to play at about 7:45, 7:50 this morning when Hal Herman comes in to perform, so we think. I can't understand a freaking thing that says.
The show's about to start in 5.
First of all,
4.
is that supposed to be in stereo? Because that is deadpan mono. And
That's Satan.
it's getting all smashed up, though. Is that? But is that
See,
supposed
this is why we
Is that
got
supposed to
Phil
be-
Spector over here.
but hey, Fester, can you hear anything that's being said here? Ed?
I hired Satan to do the intro.
All right. I don't know how I feel about all this. I don't know that.
All right,
I didn't know Hal was a Satanist.
if you let it keep going, you'll get a little more of the.
Well, can we?
Yeah. The show is about to start.
Did you?
Here we go. This is when I come in. And these are my demons right here.
Hail Hal Herman?
That's right.
Those are my disciples.
I never heard that guy before. What kind of beats are those?
That's Satan music.
I wish I didn't hear it. You're right. You're right. Froggy was right the first time.
The hell?
So that's when he comes in.
I'm sorry. What the hell?
And when you see hell, you'll understand. When you see
man.
Hal.
All right, Hal Herman and Hal Herman with a live musical performance later this morning,
That's right.
around 7:45 to 7:50, somewhere in that time window. We just have a lot of stuff to get to today. At 6:08, which why can't I understand half of that? Was that intentional?
You're so annoying.
All right, whatever. Just getting rolling. Do not, folks, miss 1 minute of today's MJ Morning Show. 6:08, traffic's on. Let's grab Pat with the early morning crap on the MJ broadcast.
Friday.
Friday morning, folks, and a busy one at that. MJ here with Fester, Froggy, Roxanne, 619. Yeah, I found the OJ. And we got a chunk of OJ coming up later. We'll have some scattered OJ with the big news that OJ bought the farm yesterday. It was announced. I think he actually died the night before. So that would have been on Wednesday. And, of course, the announcement broke yesterday that OJ Simpson was dead from cancer. And listen, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Clearly a double murderer that hey, can you get away with murder? Yes, you can get away with murder. And OJ Simpson was a perfect example of that. Here's the audio that I was talking about. And this is a TMZ stringer, or, one of those, paparazzo types that cornered OJ, and he was like in a parking lot somewhere, and the TMZ cameraman asked OJ, hey, there are rumors that you're in hospice. And this is just back in February. This is on, I believe it was Super Bowl Sunday, before the big game, before the Super Bowl, and OJ was asked in a parking lot. He's in his car, rolls down the window, and that was one thing with OJ, that when the paparazzo came around, he always talked. He never shied away. Yeah. I mean, he was such a narcissist and such a sociopath. He, what was it? It was Friday. Okay, it was Friday before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the weekend or the day before the.
All right. Yeah. So Friday before the Super Bowl, this paparazzo out in Las Vegas. And that's where OJ was, because, remember, he was in Florida for a while, and there was a whole reason why he moved to Florida. We can get into that later on. But the what are you laughing at?
You want to get into murderer tax law?
Oh, well, that's it. That's what it is. It's murder. It's murder tax strategy.
Florida does have a couple of benefits.
Listen, like a homestead. Homestead, baby. All right, so we'll get into that later on. But this is the audio. And this is the 9th of February, and here we are just a couple of months later, and OJ's gone. But this is what transpired.
Hey, X-World. Hospice? Hospice? You talking about hospice? No, I'm not in any hospice. I don't know who put that out there, but whoever put that out there, I guess is like the Donald say, can't trust the media. In any event, I'm hosting a ton of friends.
Anyway, so
a funeral.
Then he talks about hosting a ton of friends for
a funeral. Yeah, coming up in mid-April.
I think it was a Super Bowl party. So that was the Friday before the Super Bowl, and he was asked about, hey, there are rumors that you're in hospice, and he's like, hospice? No, I'm not in hospice anyway. So
maybe at that time he wasn't, but I don't think you get to leave hospice.
Hey, speaking of passing on. I saw this, and it reminded me of something we did years ago, and I believe they removed it from the Department of Corrections website. But from years ago, because we did the segment on this show, can't remember the year, but it was a while ago, the state of Texas, do you remember they used to have the list of all of the last meals that were requested and provided to the death row inmates? It was great. I remember we were just going through. Froggy, you remember this?
Yeah.
We went through the list, and it went back like decades, like all the prisoners that were convicted and sentenced to death and then executed. It was a list. It was Texas Department of Corrections, and it was like on their official website, all the last meals. But then I think they removed it because people thought it was too morbid. Listen, I might be incorrect. Now, Fester, what are you on now?
I went to a website called Google, and I just typed in Texas last meal inmates.
Yeah, you know what? I think
I have to really look into to see if this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, these are last statements. So, yeah, Texas still maintains, I guess, a whole morbid section on death row inmates, but I think, if I recall correctly, they removed the last meals. And the reason why I thought of this, and we're going through the whole list of like just the crazy buffets that some of these people ordered, or sometimes it was just like, double cheeseburger from McDonald's or whatever. But the reason why I'm bringing this back up is I saw another story here about a death row inmate who completely pushed the limit with his last meal.
Good for him.
Oh, man. This guy's Brian Dorsey. And, he was convicted of murdering his cousin and Sarah and her husband back in 2006. And then he was put to death with lethal injection. And it just goes through his final list. And this was Missouri, by the way. This is the state of Missouri. And the story says some death row inmates have become notorious for their last meals, like Victor Ferger, who was executed back in 1963 after kidnapping and blah, blah, blah. He was the last person to ever be sentenced to death in Iowa and decided to choose a single olive, one olive, as his last meal. But not this guy Dorsey. So
he went all in?
This guy, Brian Dorsey, who was executed with lethal injection just days ago. This happened on the 9th in Missouri. Yeah, he didn't go with the single simplistic olive strategy. Nope. According to the Missouri Department of Corrections, before his execution, he ordered his favorite foods, which included 2 cheeseburgers,
right,
2 large French fries, 2 orders of chicken strips, and a sausage, pepperoni, onion, mushroom, and extra cheese pizza. He did it all.
That sounds like a regular Friday night dinner for me.
Oh, that's right. You know that's called Wednesday at Fester's house.
That's those Burger King. Burger King's right next to like a Pizza Hut or something. That's what I'd get. Hop into one, hop into the other.
Yeah. So 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, chicken strips, pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, onion, extra cheese pizza.
So pepperoni, sausage, onion, and mushroom, that's the supreme, right? That's not a meat lovers because it has vegetables on it. So he ordered a supreme pizza, which I think is the best pizza.
Well, hold on. We don't know. Are you speaking about like the Pizza Hut Supreme? Or
well, if you go to okay, hold on. Whoa. Not just Pizza Hut Supremes. Topping wise, all meat
hold on.
is.
You're saying that the term supreme is standard at the franchise national pizza chains?
Are you
what? I don't think
Oh yeah,
right.
I bet your mom and pops across the country, when you order a meat lovers, you don't get any vegetables on it. You get bacon, you get sausage.
No, I'm talking about supreme.
Right, but then there's the veggie pizza, which is all veggies, no meats.
Right.
Then there's the supreme, which is the best of both worlds. You lose a couple of the meats, like bacon.
But what I'm
isn't on the
saying
supreme.
is the term supreme. You're claiming that that's standardized? I thought supreme was like a Pizza Hut term for one of their pizzas. I don't think Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza, Little Caesars, or the thousands of independent pizza shops across the country, I don't think that they're all using the term supreme. I thought pizza with the supreme moniker, I thought that was a Pizza Hut thing.
I think it's a crossed cultural barriers to where it's now accepted in the entire pizza industry as, hey, I like a supreme. Okay, so it's going to be like most meat, most veggies.
I think the supreme is like a registered trademark of Pizza Hut.
I don't think that. I don't think.
Fester, your voice sounds really watery right now. Is it like because you're talking about food? I just noticed that. It sounds like really watery.
Are
and
you
juicy.
saying that his salivary glands?
Yeah, I can hear them juicing up while he's talking.
We provoked his salivary glands.
I think triggered.
like Pavlovian.
Yes.
It's like the bell rang, and the dog's expecting the treat. So Fester is drooling like Pavlov's dog?
I'm just listening to this conversation. Your voice sounds watery and hungry.
Listen, it's not the only moist gland I have going on talking about this supreme pizza.
You know what? I've known a couple of slosh talkers over the years. And, God bless them. Froggy, you've known some sloshy talkers, right?
Yeah, some of them are in radio.
Yes.
Hey, Fester, are you drooling because I brought in some White Castle burgers?
Oh my God! Why do you have a box of frozen White Castle cheeseburgers?
Well, they've been in my truck for 3 days.
Oh, are you serious?
I just found them.
Oh, would they fall out of a bag?
Yeah, they fell out of a grocery
Oh.
bag. So, Fester, I don't know if you want to tear some of these up. You think they're still good?
I mean,
Let me see. Let me hold it up
there's
to
enough
MJTV.
preservatives in them.
Yeah, they might be.
They're fine.
Man. Oh, hey,
You
you
see
know
how it's
what?
warm, completely warm
Oh
in your
yeah,
hand?
yeah. By the way, nothing makes me drool like White Castle. Or
Really?
listen, or,
Those are good.
or Crystal for that matter. I love a White Castle burger. We don't have any nearby. They opened that one in Orlando. I think they call it the world's largest White Castle.
Pretty big ass.
And wasn't there like a 9-hour line when they opened up in Orlando like a year and a half ago? But no, I like White. Oh man,
Remember that show where you hit a craving like years ago, and you're just like, I need Crystal burgers, and you sent like an intern to get like 50 of them for all of us. And we just tore them up on the air.
Oh yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah,
on the MJ
but that
Morning
was
Show.
like
Yeah.
a Crystal burger,
But-
not a White
Yeah,
Castle.
but
They're
listen,
pretty close.
they're very, very close. And for me, a Crystal Burger does the same thing for me as a White Castle. I find them to be really interchangeable. So I cannot pass a White Castle. Like if I'm up north, if I'm up in the New York area and I pass a White Castle, I cannot pass a White Castle without stopping in and grabbing, 6 or 12 White. It's just impossible.
I've never had one.
You've
What?
never-
No.
What?
They're so good.
You've never. Well, guess
yeah,
what?
I know.
You're in
no.
luck.
I'm not starting today.
We've got a box of frozen White Castles that fell out of a bag in Froggy's truck that had been around. So you're saying you bought these on Tuesday?
We're about 72 hours old, maybe. No, maybe about 48.
Yeah,
Well,
72
what-
hours thawed.
What day did you go to the supermarket and buy these and they fell out of
Monday.
Well, that's more than it's like
Today's
90
Tuesday,
Friday.
Wednesday.
Today's Friday.
Oh, I thought it was Thursday. Okay. Yeah.
Today's Friday.
Monday, so 4 days.
All right, so Roxanne, you're in luck. You're about to have your first White Castle cheeseburger
They're going to be fine.
Followed by a trip to the emergency room to.
in this
Get
4-pack
fluids.
here that fell out of
Let me see 'em
Froggy's
right
shopping bag.
I tell you right now, there's enough preservatives in this packaged food.
See, there might not be that warm. I don't know.
I mean,
it was
they're
kind of
certainly
cool last
room
night.
temperature. Oh yeah, look at them. They're fine. Look at them. They're good.
They're still frozen.
Yeah, no,
Hold
no,
on.
they're
Are
obviously
you
not
going to
frozen.
eat these right now?
No, Fester, I'm not
No,
going to
you
allow
can't
you to
eat
do
those
that. No.
now.
Let's give them a smell test.
No,
Froggy,
no,
smell,
no,
smell.
no.
Here, I'll give one to MJ. You open.
Oh, you got to
smell.
just throw them in the
Okay.
microwave for 30 seconds.
I mean, not even.
You're cheating, Jeff. All right.
You don't even need to put it in the
Stop
microwave.
it. Stop it. Stop
Like they don't smell
mean-
bad.
No.
But these were in Froggy's truck in the hot Florida sun since Monday. So
Dude.
where'd you buy them? At Publix?
Yeah.
So frozen White Castle burgers from the Publix freezer. These were in a shopping bag.
Yeah.
and
You're going to get sick,
They-
right?
Wow, there's enough preservatives in this thing to
They-
embalm a person.
They fell out in Froggy's truck. They've been sitting in Froggy under the seat, back seat. Where were they?
Well, I was getting my Hal Herman jacket. My jacket was sort of on top of them.
Oh,
so I was like, damn it.
All right.
MJ, these are okay with no microwave. If you give me
30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this would be fantastic.
Because they cooked in the car.
Oh, my God. Maybe they already cooked.
So Fester is eating the White Castles that were left in Froggy's truck
What?
all week long.
What's with you people?
Here's the other one.
No.
Watch you
Oh, my
munch that down. You're making us late for the break here. I've got early morons in the news. Hey, guess what? You are the early moron in the news.
You know what? If I were
You're about to get food poisoning.
If I were that death row inmate, my last meal might just be White
Oh
Castle.
my
Frozen.
God!
Wow.
Thaw
You're
it out,
welcome.
Thaw it out. It's not frozen now, Rock.
Oh
Here,
man!
feel how it feels. See?
All right, so
Oh my gosh!
They've been,
I'd feel much better if you were eating if it was still frozen. No, that. Oh.
there's enough preservatives.
are you
in
going to
this
eat
thing.
all? Are you going to eat all 4 of them?
Anybody else want
Oh
any?
man, this is a test. This is only a test. Will Fester make
What?
Fester make it through the entire MJ Morning Show after eating 4 White Castle cheeseburgers that were frozen, fell out of the Publix bag in Froggy's truck on Monday, and Froggy found them this morning.
Fine.
Just during the break, I found them.
Fester's eating them. All right, 6:33 at the
Oh, boy.
MJ. Dude,
They're really good.
Fester is eating.
Are you sure you don't want one if I put it in the microwave for a couple seconds?
Are you documenting that he's doing this under his own free will on MJTV right now?
MJ, in a microwave, it might be good.
Oh,
you
my
should try
Yeah,
one.
I would do it in the microwave before I do it, just like
All
you.
right,
You
Fester.
got to have one.
Well, we got 3 more.
I can't believe. Well, have at it, Fester. Why don't you eat all 4 of them? Let's see what happens to you. All right, 6:34 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news. Next, the holiday. Michelle, stop. My wife has literally just sent me 200 texts about Supreme pizzas.
God, what is your deal?
Oh, okay, I stand corrected.
I thought it was a well-known thing, too.
I thought that the Supreme Pizza was just like a Pizza Hut thing.
Oh.
Michelle just sent me, Fester, you just walked in the room, you missed it.
I was heating up my White Castle.
Yeah, I call Michelle right now. She is awake, but she's getting Chloe ready. Chloe's got to take the LSAT this morning.
What, she brushing her teeth?
Yeah, I know. So,
Yeah, what?
Yeah, Chloe's 28.
MJ, by the way, have a burger.
well,
Yeah.
no, not a chance.
I just heated them up.
All right, first of all, what is going on with food this
I
morning?
don't know.
First of all, it is Fester food poisoning watch all morning long here on the MJ Morning Show.
No, you guys are crazy.
Will Fester survive? Are you eating all 4 of these?
Anybody-
Give Roxanne one.
Yeah, would you
No.
guys like some?
You ate 1 at room temp.
Look how good those look.
Yeah,
Now you've cooked the remaining 3.
And they're cheeseburgers.
right. These are the fancy ones.
I'll smell one.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, here's what happened.
I can smell them from here.
Yeah.
Froggy just whipped out a 4-pack of White Castle frozen cheeseburgers, but they have not been frozen since Monday because they fell out of the shopping bag in Froggy's truck, and Froggy just found them this morning. So they've been in Froggy's truck
All week.
in the hot Florida sun the rest of Monday.
Yesterday
Tuesday,
it was nice and rainy and cool.
Yeah, it's been kind of mild this
the
week.
cheeseburgers have been in Froggy's back seat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and there we go. Fester just took it.
Ketchup? You got ketchup? on it?
I've got ketchup on my plate. I dip in my ketchup.
How good? Is
Fester-
it good?
He just took another bite.
It's so good.
You know what? I just smelled them. So I've never had a White
Oh, my-
Castle.
Just have a bite.
I don't want to bite. I don't want to be sick. I'm not going to take that chance. But
No one's having a Froggy's not going to eat one. Oh, are you eating one?
Want one? Do you want one?
No,
I don't know.
I thought
My stomach is very weak.
You
So
know
I
what
got
they
2.5
smell like, though? You know what they smell like? Did you
Yes,
ever...
I know what White Castles
No,
smell like.
When
yes.
I tell you this, you're going to agree with me.
What do you think they
As
smell
someone
like?
who's never had a White Castle, and I smell yours, Fester, it reminds me of Steakums. The flavor of Steakums. Remember
But
those?
they're
We used to-
better.
Not that-
No,
well, I mean, it's
not the consistency of
It's-
the meat, but the scent of it. Where
It's
it
not that
smells
far
like a
off.
Steakum.
It's all beef in
so
some respects.
You've never had a White Castle,
No.
Roxanne, and you've never had a Crystal Burger?
I mean, I don't think so.
What
no.
Hold
about-
on, how do you not know if you've ever had a Crystal Burger?
little.
Because possibly I've been drunk and had one and not remember. But aside from that, no. I sober? No, I've never had a
I
Crystal
can't
Burger.
believe that Fester's going to eat all 4 of these White Castles that were frozen from the Publix freezer, left
for
in
you.
Froggy's car all week, and now Fester is eating them on Friday morning.
So
This is unbelievable.
4 is
you
about-
know what? This is Morons in the News. This is
so
Morons in the News
This
on
is
the
so stupid.
At least you're not going to waste.
This is so stupid. This is like the stupidest thing we've ever done.
No. This is the stupidest thing you've ever done. What-
There's so many preservatives in this thing. It's fine. And you listen, what? I'm having apparently 2 servings of it, because one serving is two burgers. I think there's only
All right,
2 Crystal locations in the greater Tampa Bay area.
Let's check back with Fester later on and see how he's doing after eating. I don't want to hear your mouth slopping.
Oh, wow.
You could tell. How many of those you eat? Probably like 20.
And
Any
then,
other good foodborne illness
Well,
news in this Morons in the News
no,
stories?
there's not. Fester's the only moron in the news regarding foodborne illnesses
What are
this
you
morning.
saying about Supreme Pizzas? You were
All right,
saying
well,
you were wrong. Let's get back to that.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Let's get back to MJ being
All right,
wrong.
So, in the last segment, I brought up this death row inmate in Missouri and his last meal. He had a bunch of cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries. He ordered a Supreme Pizza as a last meal a couple of days ago. And I was always fascinated with like prisoners' last meals and what they want to order. And that guy just kind of slobbed out, pigged out as his last meal. And he ordered a Supreme Pizza, and the conversation came up that I thought that the Supreme Pizza was only like a Pizza Hut thing. And that's like everything's on it. All the meat, all the veggies, everything. And that's the Supreme. And I thought that was like a Pizza Hut trademark. Now, others, of course, do the all-in pizzas, but I thought it was only Pizza Hut that did the so-called Supreme as like a registered trademark. But I guess I was wrong because Michelle literally sent me 100 texts.
Yeah.
She cut and pasted in my texting every single damn Supreme Pizza that's on the market. I'm going to show this. I mean, Michelle's telling me that she can't talk now because she's got to get Chloe ready.
She has time to do this?
Yeah, for the LSAT because everyone wish Chloe luck on the LSAT today.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck,
Chloe.
Chloe.
I'd like to see her get a 165 right off the bat.
She can do it. Is Michelle braiding her hair?
Getting her ready for the LSAT.
I mean, that's what I think of.
All right, so hang on a minute. You got to look. If you're watching MJ TV right now, I get to hold this up and scroll. Oh wait a minute, I just turned it off. I want to scroll this, and I mean you got to see all of these. She sent me.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got no time to talk to me, but you got time to find 100 different.
That's funny.
So she sends me all these frozen pizzas as well. Tony's Pizza Supreme, the Tombstone Pizza Supreme, the Blackbird Pizza Supreme.
That's just your frozen case at the supermarket. You go to a lot of mom and pops pizzerias, they have.
The Fresh Market sells a Pizza Supreme.
It's a thing.
Mama Cozy's Pizza Kitchen Supreme. Screamin' Sicilian Supreme.
Oh, you know what?
Order that on Instacart.
I can't believe I'm not part of this convo. I had a Supreme Pizza last night.
Oh, my.
You are.
Motors.
Oh, you're just remembering that?
Yeah, I just
You are part of this convo. You just didn't recall.
You got short-term memory loss? What's
For
going
real,
on here?
For real. I had, listen,
Yeah.
Motor City frozen pizza. Have you guys ever had this?
I don't do a lot of frozen pizza.
Oh, it's so good.
my God, is it really?
Oh, oh my God. Anyway.
Tell me more about
So,
the pizza.
Michelle, I'm glad you have no time to quickly talk about you bombarding me with Supreme pizzas, but you don't have time to talk, but you sent me 100 different links in my texting. All right, so early Morons in the News. obviously has been consumed by other material. All right, so did you just belch?
Yeah, that's
Was
that's
that
the
a
first-
White Castle burp?
That was a warning shot.
That was.
I might have just burped.
Dude,
yes.
you're going down.
I'm not going down.
I
It's
don't
White
think.
Castle.
Yeah, let's see how your stomach is, and how long does it take for like food poisoning to work through your system?
I think
Can
it
you
takes about 3 to 6 hours.
Can you Google
yes,
that?
I will.
Yeah.
But I've Googled this many a times.
All right, how long before you eat contaminated food
Hold on.
does it start to manifest?
Hold on. She
That's-
just said, I've Googled this many a times.
Why have you Googled? Well, first of all, I think you're the biggest hypochondriac on the planet.
Correct.
Oh, what?
Hey, I was right. 6 hours. I knew it. But
Oh, so the show
yes.
will be over when Festus doubled over.
He's on number 3 right
Yeah,
now.
do you know
at a Wawa bathroom
No way, dude.
off of
I'll just
301 somewhere.
I'll
you know?
just stop off. I'll just do it at a stoplight. I'll just open my door, lean over the caddy.
All right, folks, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got a great real pile of early morons in the news, so I'm going to push it to the next segment since we obviously consumed this segment with something else.
Sorry.
So, yeah. What number White Castle are you on?
Number 3.
Number 3,
nice.
White Castles that have been in the back of Froggy's truck since Monday.
It's fine.
It's not like they're in the bed of the truck.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
seriously,
in the
dude,
back.
there's enough preservatives in here. It's fine. The bread's still soft. I heat it up in the microwave.
Hal Herman's jacket kept them nice and
Thank you, Hal's jacket.
Unbelievable. All right.
cozy.
Quick break, and then I'll dive into the spectacular pile of early morons in the news next here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, I am. MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the gang here Friday morning, 7:03. Weather-wise, kind of whipped through fast yesterday, but multiple waves. Froggy, any issue at your house with the big front that came through? The
Water got pretty high, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, water was really high in my backyard because, you're on Tampa Bay, you're on a canal, yes. I'm on a canal, and I had, some heavy wave action. Saw it busting over some of the neighbors' seawalls, but I have super seawall, so no waves crashed into my yard.
The breaks over the bridge on the way home yesterday were insane.
Yeah, and I was just about to bring that up.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Really? You lived there a long time.
Yeah,
I've seen it, but I was imagining being in that water, and that looked rough.
But hang on a sec. With the new Howard Franklin extension, as they've kind of built out going northbound, they've widened it, and the road seems to be a little closer to the water now.
Smashes right into the side.
Yeah, and did they account for the sea spray from Tampa Bay?
Yeah, for real.
And that's not even a tropical storm. That's not a hurricane. That's just an afternoon thunderstorm, and you got the water breaking over the Howard Franklin Bridge.
My truck is all salty.
Yeah, you better, that'll rust your, you better get that taken care of. Yeah, exactly.
So I rolled all the windows down, and I was like tasting the salt water.
Oh, I'm sure you were. Yeah.
There are some big waves out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's cool.
No, but seriously, the wave action is coming onto the Howard Franklin Bridge on the approaches, on the two ends of the bridge, not the actual span when you're up over the water, but as you're getting on. Did they account for that?
We need some more jetties out there.
I don't know if they accounted for the water and just heavy wind pushing the sea spray and water onto the road.
Won't it eventually break down the wall or whatever if it keeps on hitting it for a few years?
I think it'll take a little longer than that.
Ports last a long time.
What do you know? What are you, a seaman or something?
I am. I was. Now.
Yeah.
7:05 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news, delayed from the last segment because we're on Fester food poisoning watch because he has eaten 4 White Castle cheeseburgers.
He's on the 4th.
I'm finishing up number 4. I took a break.
All right. Can we get a picture of this, please? Can we get proof that Fester is...
Monumental moment.
Yes. Let's go to Fester's camera on MJTV. Take the last bite right now on MJTV. Yeah. Andrew, do you have this?
One small step for radio morning shows, one giant leap for fat people.
All right. Fester's just eaten the last bite of
a whole box.
A 4-pack of White Castle cheeseburgers that were frozen when Froggy bought them at Publix on Monday. They fell out of the Publix bag into the back seat of his pickup truck.
Fine.
And Fester just ate all 4 of them after Froggy brought them in earlier this morning and said, "Hey, guys, look what I found in the back of my pickup truck. They were a Publix purchase on Monday, and they fell out, and I just found them." And Fester's consumed these things 4 days later.
What is it's bread, probably a reasonably processed piece of meat, and American cheese,
and some onions.
And some dried onions, yeah.
So Fester's eating these things after they've been stewing in Froggy's back seat for the whole week.
Were they good,
and Fester just downed them all. All right. Yeah, I got to do early morons in the news. I'm not going to get derailed again.
All right, go.
All right, this is just hysterical. A saloon, a pub, a bar here in the Tampa Bay area, they're in trouble because officials with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Bradenton Police Department have seized illegal slot machines. All right, you got this? You got a bar? Mm-hmm. You got a little, they call it a saloon.
I've seen these before.
Right. And we've had a couple. There was another gambling operation a couple of years ago.
Like in janky strip malls.
Yeah, and they're like trying to skirt the laws, and they've got these illegal gambling machines, whether it's like video poker or slots. So listen to this. It does not get any better or custom-made or this is a bespoke story. So you've got this saloon. They've just been busted by FDLE and Bradenton Police for operating illegal gambling machines, slot machines removed from the name of the saloon.
God, what?
It's called the Poor Decision Saloon.
Nice.
That's self-fulfilling prophecy.
And by the way, it's POUR instead of pour POO.
Oh,
But
clever.
oh yeah, because they're pouring alcohol. But poor decision. Yeah, it was a poor decision for you guys to have illegal slot machines in your establishment. Yeah. During the whole month of March, detectives with the Bradenton Police and FDLE, they sent like undercover agents in to check out this saloon.
Okay, do you really need undercover agents?
They had 4 arcade-style video slot machines.
Yeah, sounds like a hell of a bust, officer.
For illegal gambling, and you cannot have these video poker machines, these slot machines. I guess there are certain machines that are legal, but you have to have a license for them. Anyway, they're in a lot of trouble. Oh, and speaking of slot machines, I've got a couple of slot machines. But mine are legal. I have machines that are 30, 35, 40 years old.
You're not running casino night at the house?
No, I'm not running casino night. But you know what? I could use a slot repairman.
How many do you have?
I have 3 slot machines.
Dude, let's open a little casino.
No, I've got 3 slot. Actually, I've got 5 slot machines, and they're kind of packed away in storage. But I've got 2 that are from like the 1930s, like really old mechanical slot machines.
Oh,
Let's go, gamble.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, let's have like a flapper night at your house, like flapper casino night.
The MJ Speakeasy.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
a waitress walking around with Lucky Strike cigarettes.
I have the little slider in my front door to see who you are.
Yes.
What is the password?
Nucky Futz. You're in.
What is the password? No, but seriously, if anyone knows a slot repairman, if anyone knows somebody that can work on like 1980s Bally E-Series slot machines.
Yeah.
Man, that's not specific.
If anyone knows any slot machine repairman, send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com.
I have a stolen slot machine.
Dude, you should start a YouTube channel with just your crap. Like,
right?
1 week you show
That
like
would
the
be-
mode.
Hold on, my crap?
Just show MJ's crap channel.
MJ's crap,
and
all the crap that I've collected over the years.
And then you'll be like, this is my mini Moog. And give some details. It'd be a big channel.
Moving along with
not?
the MJ early Morons in the News, just delayed one segment. Look at this, right out of the Villages. Mother arrested after fight with her grown son over emptying the dishwasher.
It's so easy.
How do you get into a fight over who's going to empty the dishwasher?
Well, who's going to empty it?
I can see filling it getting into a fight.
Are you
Yeah,
going to
and
empty
how
it?
you fill it.
Yeah. Listen, are you going to empty it? No. Are you going to empty it? No. Now there's a fight.
I get bitched at about how I fill it, and I fill it wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's...
She'll swoop in and rearrange
yeah.
my fillage.
I've never done dishes.
But what?
I've never done dishes in my
Okay.
house ever.
That's weird.
But I have occasionally just taken the dish and put it right into the dishwasher. And whenever I've done that, whatever I put in the dishwasher is wrong.
Always.
I cannot,
Always.
However I attempt to load a dishwasher, it is wrong. I'm a moron. I'm an imbecile.
You have it on the wrong shelf.
I'm an imbitard. You don't put it like this. It goes like I cannot for the life of me. What is it with like our wives and dishwasher loading? What is
Roxanne?
it? You know what? I've just realized that it is very easy to get into a domestic argument over dishwashers.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what?
how most of them start.
So here's the deal. This is out of the Villages News, which, of course, the Villages News, one of our favorite Florida news sources. Yeah, a mother was arrested after a fight with her grown son over emptying the dishwasher. Cops were called earlier this week to a home at Pepper Tree Place after 56-year-old Amy Jean Shell spit on her 29-year-old son during an argument over...
Whoa. Just hawked one.
Spit on her 29-year-old son in an argument over who should empty the dishwasher, according to the arrest affidavit from the Wildwood Police Department. When police arrived at the home, Shell told them her son had retaliated by striking her in the ear. Officers saw traces of spit on the son's glasses and determined that the mother was the primary aggressor.
Did they get her spit DNA? You have to really be in a state of mind. Just, like, who spits on someone? That is such a primal, like, disrespectful.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
And then a mother spitting on her son? I don't know. Maybe she has the mentality, I brought you into this world. I'll take you
Yeah.
out of this. How many times did you hear that as a kid?
My father used to say, "If I made you, I'll make one just like you." That was his line.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dad.
I
Really?
made you. I'll make another one just like you.
He wanted another bad behavior.
Oh.
Except better.
Hey, Froggy, did you have any issues with your pool contractor?
Absolutely
Fester,
not.
why are you consistently clearing your throat
Because
in
he's
the
got a
microphone?
White Castle
Yeah,
burgers up to his
listen,
neck.
Yeah, seriously. I'm
in the middle of my word, you're going, you know, I'm like,
all right.
The button says cough.
all right, Froggy, quickly here. I don't want to get too late.
Yes.
Froggy,
What?
did you have any problems with your pool contractor? Froggy and Kim just had a beautiful pool put in their backyard.
No, I mean, we did a lot of research and we found one that some people we know have used successfully. So.
Because there have been a lot of problems with pool
I
contractors.
know.
Yeah.
It's
There have been
bad.
arrests. There have been lawsuits. There's a whole slew of just bad pool contractors. And so you did not bash your pool contractor over the head with a bat?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Me and him became friends.
Yeah, this
That's
is-
awesome because, Froggy, your pool is gorgeous.
Yes.
And you didn't have any delays. Usually that's what happens is people it takes longer than they think it's going
Yeah.
to take. So that's an unusual thing to be like, yes, I love my pool.
It's not just that. It's the fact that there are just really bad, fraudulent, criminal pool contractors
Scam artists.
that are scamming people. But here's the deal. North Fort Myers, guy was arrested for bashing his pool contractor over the head with a baseball bat.
What?
The stories I heard, that's pretty understandable.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys have it coming. I mean, listen, I'm sure there's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones.
Lee County Sheriff's Office, down in Fort Myers, this is North Fort Myers, said that Richard Anthony Daniels was arrested outside of his home. Apparently, he got into an argument with his pool contractor. He took a bat and bashed the guy
No.
over the head with the
That's brutal.
batter up. Strike one. Oh, man, that's awful. 7:15 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Holy crap. All right, when we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We are going to talk to the Hillsborough County State Attorney, Susie Lopez. Do you know about the lady that tried to rip off Sunglass Hut at International Plaza, and she's going to prison for 30 years? Do you know this story?
Whoa.
Yeah, hey, they're getting serious in Florida about retail theft. You have got to hear that. There's a woman that brazenly stole 20 grand in sunglasses from Sunglass Hut at International Plaza. You got to hear this story. The OJ update. I dug up the phone calls we made to OJ, waking him up. I dug those up with the death of OJ Simpson. Hal Herman headlines? Nope. Hal Herman is going to perform his new songs live. Also coming up at about 7:50 this morning. Hang on. We're jammed, and we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. If you're looking for a... just been informed that my camera on MJTV has died.
Is that the case?
I don't know.
Andrew, is that still the case?
Hang on a minute. So, Andrew, is my camera dead on MJTV? Yes or
On my end, the camera is black.
No,
The screen is black.
How about now?
Now it's back.
All right.
What'd you do?
You fixed it, MJ.
Because I moved the monitor. This place is such a slap together ass fest.
It's like a bunch of Jenga blocks.
Our studio. This is just the worst pile of crap that's slapped together. Our cameras are haphazardly placed, and you know what? I just moved the monitor a little bit, and I knocked a wire, and that's how precarious the electronical hookups and the electronic hookups in this studio are. This place is just a gigantic dump. All right, Hal Herman. I have no idea what's going to happen here, folks, but Hal Herman is going to perform live in about, 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, you got to give me a heads up. I got to get Hal about 5 minutes before.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a heads up on that, Froggy. So, Froggy's Hal Herman. But he makes a whole production out of this.
You know, appreciate Hal.
All right, so Hal Herman will perform 2 songs off his upcoming album live on. This is the world premiere. This is the debut coming up in minutes. All right, we have the whole OJ Simpson segment coming up, and an absolute blast from yesteryear on the MJ Morning Show. I've got a series of phone calls that we made to O.J. Simpson, waking him up out in Los Angeles back in 1994 and 95 after he was charged with murder. I mean, these calls were hysterical. And one involves Michelle trying to pick O.J. up. So if you've never heard these, or it's been years since you heard our phone calls to O.J. Simpson after he killed Ron and Nicole, we'll play those coming up. Of course, everyone's been talking since yesterday about the breaking news. When did it break? About
10:34.
10:30 yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was after the morning show yesterday. The news broke that O.J. Simpson.
The funny thing is, MJ, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I looked at it. I saw the TMZ story, and it said 7:34 a.m., and I'm like, MJ is going to kill us. We missed this. But it was 7:34 Pacific time.
Yeah. Oh, I knew it was after the show. We were off the air for 45 minutes when the news broke that O.J. Simpson had died. So O.J. Simpson dead at 76 of prostate cancer. And got a couple of things to say about O.J. And listen, I got to be honest. The whole O.J. situation, this is kind of morbid and twisted, but I owe a little success to O.J. Simpson and the horrific situation out there in Brentwood.
I mean, how's it morbid? I mean, you didn't control any of those events. I mean, it would have been morbid if you found the sunglasses.
Well, hang on.
That would have been morbid.
Hang on. There is a little morbid angle that was the success of the MJ and BJ show and subsequently the MJ Morning Show. Do we owe O.J. Simpson a little bit of thanks?
A small debt of gratitude?
Yes. All right, hold on. I'll explain it all in just a matter of moments. This is a crazy story, and I don't think a lot of people know this. Now, you might have heard recently that the state of Florida is just getting a lot more serious with Florida state laws cracking down on retail theft, organized racketeering and theft, with these gangs and groups are ripping off places. Porch pirates, also the governor signed new legislation going after all the above, including porch pirates. Habitual porch pirates could be seeing some serious jail time with some new laws that are going to go into effect here in Florida. I want to get the Hillsborough County State Attorney, Susie Lopez, on the line because I got a little preview of this, and then, of course, the news broke recently, the last couple of days, about this serial shoplifter, this serial retail theft artist here in Florida, who her latest stunt was ripping off Sunglass Hut at International Plaza in Tampa, and she bit off a whole lot more than she can chew. Let me get Susie Lopez on. I want you to hear. And retail theft just pisses me off. It just, first of all, I hate a thief. And it jams up prices for all of us. You know, all of the theft that's going on, Walmarts and Targets and mom and pop stores, you know, chains, people, stores getting ripped off. It raises we have enough pressure with inflation going on, and then we've got retail theft on top of it. So let me dial up Susie Lopez. And of course, she is the Hillsborough County State Attorney. All right, and she's going to tell us the story of Ernisha Atmore.
Good morning.
Good morning, Susie Lopez, Hillsborough County State Attorney. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, I just went through a little dissertation. I don't know if you're listening, that the state of Florida is just getting a lot more serious in going after serial shoplifters, porch pirates. You want to address that quickly?
You know, it's a problem that's getting out of control, and a community will only have as much crime as it will tolerate. And the state of Florida said we've had enough. And so the legislature has enacted some laws that will give us tools as prosecutors to hold people accountable when they steal. In 2022, Florida businesses lost $5.5 billion with a B, $billion in revenue because of retail theft.
You know, we have these marauding gangs that go through like Target, and they're stealing armfuls of deodorant and perfumes and shampoos, consumer products. You know, then we have this Ernisha Atmore. Let's talk about Ms. Atmore for just a little bit here, because I think she bit off a little bit more than she could chew here. And Susie, this is a crime that happened at International Plaza. This was what, last fall?
It happened on December the 2nd of 2022.
Okay.
It took them a few months to arrest her because she was able to get out of the mall with everything she stole.
Okay. So let's go over the details. So it was a year ago, December, when the crime actually happened.
Yep.
And then she was kind of in and out of court. Is that correct?
She was. She wasn't arrested until March of 2023.
Gotcha.
But while she was out, because Tampa police had to do an investigation, they did a fantastic job. They caught her. She's actually not even from Hillsborough County. She's from Lake Wales. And after she committed that, she committed a couple of more theft offenses. She got out of prison in October of 2020 for committing theft. And she committed a pretty brazen theft at International Plaza in December of 2022.
Okay, and that's where, at International Plaza, she went in and scooped up armfuls of expensive designer sunglasses to the tune of $20,000?
Yep. She walked in there with a soft-sided cooler, and she had on what looked like a COVID mask, and she just got her arm and started scooping $20,000 worth of sunglasses into the soft-sided cooler. When the employee said, "What are you doing?" she said, "I've got a taser." And a taser is a weapon. And so she was charged with committing a robbery. And because she had been released from prison within 3 years of committing a robbery, she was looking at 30 years in prison day for day for this brazen theft in the middle of the day.
All right, so that retail theft, the brazen shoplifting of the 20 grand in sunglasses from Sunglass Hut, the fact that she threatened them with a weapon, that enhanced the charges.
It went from being a grand theft to being a robbery with a weapon because she used a threat of violence to commit this crime. And she was able to get away with it, but not for long.
Didn't she make some kind of statement? Wasn't she like obnoxious? And wasn't she saying, "Oh, I'll be out soon," but then she wasn't banking on the enhanced threat with the weapon threat?
Well, we made her an offer of the bottom of the guidelines on her criminal punishment code 4th Street. We offered her about 3 years in prison.
Wow.
And the judge did a very thorough plea colloquy, did what every judge would do, and said, "Are you sure you want to take this gamble?" And she said yes. And the jury found her guilty. And as she was walking out of the courtroom, she turned to the judge and said, "I'll be back." And the judge said, yeah, in about 30 years. We did what we thought was right to offer her something less, because this status as a prison releasee reoffender, the tool the legislature gave us several decades ago, when you commit a violent crime within 3 years of getting out of prison, you are looking at a day 4-day sentence. And so she took a gamble and she lost.
That is unbelievable. She thought that she maybe faced 3 years, and she decided, you know what, I'm not going to take the offer from you. 3 years for the retail theft, and she decided to roll the dice, not take the deal, and the jury found her guilty and sentenced to 30 years as a repeat offender, and of course, threatening the Sunglass Hut employees with the weapon. Yeah, she rolled the dice and lost on that one, huh?
She fought the law, and the law won.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm telling you, and the judge had no discretion in sentencing her to 30 years. The judge had no discretion based on this prison releasee reoffender statute that we have. Judge had no discretion at all. And then she got she was in jail for a period of time, and on her other 2 theft charges, she got time served, but that was to the tune of over 6 months in jail. But she's really ruined the rest of her life by committing this brazen theft and then not accepting what we consider to be a pretty reasonable offer. Her last prison sentence was 4 years.
Yeah, she is just a problem, and just get her off the streets and, save, Florida businesses, probably thousands and thousands of dollars of her running rampant and ripping them off. And after, help me if I'm wrong here, but after she committed the Sunglass Hut hit to the tune of $20,000, didn't she rip off an $8,000 diamond ring from a jewelry store?
I don't know the specifics of that, but she has 2 other theft cases, and they're big thefts.
Yeah.
And in Florida, we don't take theft lightly, because it hurts businesses and it hurts consumers. And so the legislature has given us tools as prosecutors, and we make reasonable offers. And sometimes people just think they can beat the system, and they can't.
So 3 years was offered. She said, no, I'll take a gamble. And now she's going to do 30 years.
I have a question.
Day for day.
Yeah, that's. I have a question for you. I love how you put it a few moments ago that a city will tolerate as much crime as we allow, and so you guys are doing your job, law enforcement, obviously. What can retailers do to help in prevention, or if they are the victim, what do they need to do? What advice do you have?
Just work in collaboration with our local law enforcement agencies. Tampa Police Department did a fantastic job investigating this theft, and we have a great relationship here at the state attorney's office with our local law enforcement partners. And so it takes all of us. It takes all of us working together, and it takes citizens too. If somebody looks like they're doing something a little hinky, let somebody know. I have said several times this week, if you see something, say something, and he's 100% right. And so she walked in with a soft-sided cooler, and people, looked at her and saw what she was doing, but then she raised it to a different level when she produced a weapon.
Yeah, she threatened to tase the Sunglass Hut employees. So listen, attention thieves, attention criminals, you're on notice, because the state of Florida has enhanced the penalties for this retail theft, and even the porch pirates now. If you're a repeat porch pirate offender, you're going to face much stiffer penalties. Susie Lopez, the Hillsborough County State Attorney, thank you so much for coming on the MJ Morning Show. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Yeah, I didn't have all the, she filled in some of the details that I didn't even know on the case. But can you imagine she walks in International Plaza with a soft-sided cooler, walks in a sunglass, and just brazenly in front of the employees just starts taking her arms and scooping the shelves of all these expensive sunglasses into her little, soft-sided cooler.
Wow.
You know what? This is a little alert. If you see somebody walking into a mall with a soft-sided cooler, or maybe rolling a Yeti in, maybe that's an alert that something bad is about to happen.
Something bad's about to happen. MJ, this just reminded me. We did this months and months ago because of so many brazen things happening. And we kind of made a joke, if you Google brazen. So I just Googled brazen. And I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10 stories that came up about people doing brazen stuff. So
I was
brazen theft at Newberry Street,
all right.
brazen New York
All
City
right.
gangbanger.
Thank you for the brazen update. I appreciate
right.
you
I
know
was
what?
braising some ribs the other day.
You know what? I had some brazen bran this morning.
Yeah.
There are 2 scoops of brazen in Kellogg's brazen,
Brazen
bran. There we go.
bran.
All right, moving on to
2
OJ.
scoops.
Mo-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Moving on to OJ.
The juice is loose.
Yeah, yeah.
So somebody sent me a picture of gallons of orange juice,
Yeah.
and yesterday was the expiration date on it.
Oh
I
man.
just laughed.
Oh, do you want to
Oh.
hear something else?
Yes.
I saw the funniest damn headline on an automotive website.
Okay.
Ford Broncos and OJ both recalled the same day.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
Was it?
There was a
wow.
there was a Bronco recall for some kind of fuel line
Yeah.
issue on a certain number of Ford Broncos, and Ford issued a recall. Yeah, listen, all auto manufacturers have recalls, but so Ford issues a recall on some Broncos yesterday, and then OJ, the announcement of his death, and then can you imagine the headline? Ford Bronco and OJ both recalled the same day. I'm like, whoa. And of course, the Ford Bronco, the white Ford Bronco, and the low-speed chase back in the summer of 94. All right, couple of observations here. I've got to play the phone calls that we made to OJ. And folks, stand by, because right after this, we're rolling into Hal Herman, who will perform live 2 songs off his upcoming CD, the new Hal Herman album.
It's called Welcome to Hell.
What is it?
Welcome to Hell.
And Hal Herman's, I guess, stage name is Hal Herman.
That's right.
All right.
All right, so that's coming up in just a bit. First, though, OJ, and I made a statement a little while ago that it's kind of morbid, but some of the success of this radio show is because of OJ Simpson, in the fact that if you remember, trust me, but if you're kind of new to the area, or if you've only been here for, I don't know, less than 25 years, you might not have even known this. But during the whole OJ Simpson matter, the MJ and BJ morning show, BJ was the old partner. It used to be the MJ and BJ show. BJ left the show in 2001. Then it became just the MJ morning show. But we started this show in February of 1994. Then you had the OJ situation, the murders of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson later that summer. Then that led to OJ being the suspect, the low-speed chase, the whole deal, the arrest, the booking of OJ Simpson, and, of course, the famous OJ mugshot. And this is where it gets interesting. OJ was part of putting the MJ and BJ morning show on the map in the Tampa Bay area. This has got to be one of the most brilliant advertising campaigns ever, and certainly in radio or TV. Nobody knew who we were. MJ, BJ, no one knew our faces. No one knew us. We were brand new. In 1994, we were brand new on the Power Pick. And when OJ was arrested for the murders, he took that mugshot. And we had this brilliant idea. We were MJ and BJ, and then we have OJ, and my God, the alliteration there. MJ, BJ, OJ. So what we did, we took the OJ official Los Angeles police mugshot of OJ. We recreated the same mugshot. We put on a white shirt, and I think, didn't he have like a black blazer on? Yeah, a dark blazer. We recreated the same thing. Blue background. We even took the booking card and put it in front of us, and we bought about 25 huge billboards all around the Tampa Bay area. And the first thing people saw was just the mugshots of me, BJ, and OJ. So there were 3 mugshots, almost like like the Brady Bunch, where you have the squares.
Right.
So that's what it reminded me of. So it was me, BJ, and then OJ. All 3 mugshots lined up on billboards. We're talking the huge 40-foot billboards all over the Tampa Bay area. And we put those up for about a month. And it was just these mugshots, and everyone was talking about it. Local news, and I still have VHS tapes lying around somewhere. Local news, other radio stations. It was genius. It was brilliant. All these other radio stations, other morning shows in town were talking about, man, have you seen these billboards? There are 2 guys on there, and then there's OJ. Who are these other guys? Other radio shows, TV stations, Channel 13, Channel 10, Channel 8, Channel 20, they were doing stories, and everyone's wondering, what are these billboards? There were news reports, and then the great reveal. So for a month, it was just the mugshots with nothing. And then 3 weeks to a month later, the billboards change, and then it's still the mugshots, but then it says MJ, BJ, OJ, and then underneath the big reveal, morning show on our old station.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
And it was MJ, BJ, OJ, the mugshots, and the talk in this town was unbelievable. One of the greatest billboard radio advertising campaigns in the history of American radio. And that's why it's a little twisted and morbid that OJ put us on the map. OJ helped. I hate to say it, but that whole situation, it gave us the billboard idea, and our show skyrocketed. We took off like a rocket after this billboard campaign. And of course, the show was pretty damn good as well.
Monica Lewinsky one was good, too.
That was another great one.
There was a bunch of great billboards, but
the Monica one was my favorite.
Okay, but this was the first.
Yeah, the Monica Lewinsky one was it was my picture and then Monica, and then it said MJ and BJ, and it was.
I'm not sure that would fly these days.
Can you imagine?
Probably owe Monica an apology.
So it was my picture, MJ, and then instead of BJ's real picture, it just had a picture of Monica Lewinsky, and it was MJ, BJ.
That's good
Monica.
stuff.
That was another great billboard campaign.
For the MJ, BJ, OJ. MJ, how are you not wearing your T-shirt this morning?
You know what? That's a good point.
I just found an image online, and I didn't think of it until we're talking about it.
And then listen to this.
Wasn't there a glass of orange juice at one point up there?
No.
Maybe I imagined.
I think you imagined that. No, but then
hallucinated
we took the billboard. We took the whole MJ, BJ, OJ billboard, and we put them on T-shirts, and people were buying those things. People were snapping those up. There are still MJ, BJ, OJ billboard T-shirts that are around town.
Around in existence.
Yeah, people still say, I saw someone wearing one of those old T-shirts. All right, now on to the phone calls that we made to OJ Simpson. The first call is, we had OJ's number at his place in Brentwood. And this is after the arrest, after he posted bond and he was out. And we had OJ's phone number. And we called him kind of incessantly at like 5 a.m. LA time. It was like, 7:30, 8 o'clock here in Tampa Bay, but 3 hours earlier out in Los Angeles. And one of the calls we made, and we know that, OJ has a thing for, pretty attractive women. And we had Michelle, my lovely wife, Michelle. We had her call OJ pretending to be a woman that OJ met recently. And here it is. And then it goes into a couple of other crank calls that we made to OJ. So first, the Michelle call. Listen to this.
Hello?
OJ.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who?
Who there?
Hey, it's Michelle. You know, from the party the other night?
Hey, babe. What?
Tall, brunette, big breasts. I was thinking about coming over and snuggling. Would you like me to come over and snuggle?
Who's it?
Michelle? You up from the party?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of coming over and snuggling. But you gotta promise me one thing.
What's that?
Just don't kill me! If I come over and snuggle, you won't kill me?
Oh, cut me. God.
Michelle, that was perfect.
Calling OJ again.
Hello.
OJ, hey, it's Bill. Remember me? We met at the. Are you sleeping?
No.
OJ, hey, it's Bill. Why don't we go play golf today? Oh, I'm sorry. They're taking your golf clubs. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, hey, can I borrow your Chevy Suburban? Oh. They're taking his Heisman Trophy too, right?
Yeah. Taking it off the shelf, baby. Coming in to get it.
Yeah.
OJ, what if we just sat around and stared at your Heisman Trophy?
It's early there, too.
Hello.
Mr. Simpson, I'm sorry to bug you so early in the morning. This is OJ Simpson, correct?
Yeah.
This is Bill Bartlett. I'm with Red Rum Movers, and we took your piano last Friday, and I need to make arrangements today to get your piano back. Maybe sometime afternoon, possibly? Is that okay? Sometime afternoon? Sir, I realize it's only 5:39 in the morning. I do apologize, but, we get an early start here at the Red Rum Piano Movers.
Okay.
How about afternoon? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you going to be at the house?
Yeah.
All right, because we're bringing the piano back today. As a matter of fact, we're loading it up onto the truck right now. Guys, be careful. Oh, my God.
What?
They just smashed the piano. They just smashed. Oh, by the way, you know what Red Rum Movers is backwards? It's murder. Murder Movers.
Oh.
So there we go. A bunch of calls to OJ. Yeah. It was 5 o'clock in the morning when we were calling the dude. But what was the deal? They seized a bunch of his items. They took the Heisman. The piano deal was real. They took a piano out of his house for some reason. And then I was calling his Red Rum Movers, which, of course, the shining Red Rum, murder backwards. But what was the piano deal? Do you remember what that was? I couldn't remember.
No, I don't remember.
But
I thought you were just taking a guess on that.
Yeah, no. There were news. There were news stories.
I gotta go get Hal.
Go get Hal. So they took his piano. They took his Heisman. The funniest one is the Michelle one.
So I found a story from 1997.
Oh, here you go.
That OJ Simpson's piano was seized.
Yeah. Was it the civil judgment or something after the murder trial?
Was it that close? Because Goldman eventually acquired the whole Heisman.
Yeah. So before we get to Hal Herman and the debut of Hal Herman and 2 live songs here on the MJ Morning Show, minutes away, remember that OJ was found not guilty of the murders of Ron and Nicole.
Right.
I've got some of that famous audio here, but also remember there was a civil judgment. The Goldmans sued. They got a $33.5 million civil judgment against OJ Simpson. And OJ, I think, only ended up paying like $100,000, but also the $33.5 million judgment against OJ a couple of years after the murder trial, that swelled to today that OJ owes the Goldmans $100 million.
Woo.
$100 million, and of course the Goldmans saw maybe $100,000 from that civil lawsuit.
And the old man Goldman, Fred Goldman, was on OJ's ass all the time. He never let OJ make a dime.
Yeah,
that was his
anything.
son.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, some of the audio that is just ingrained in our heads.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
And then, you saw that smirk and smile come over his face like, man, I got away with it, And then, of course, the famous Johnny Cochran line. A lot of people think that Johnny Cochran said, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
No, he didn't.
He never said glove. And actually, the whole, if it doesn't, and that was a brilliant line, totally brilliant line that one of the ancillary lawyers apparently came up with during a strategy session in like a conference room and just came up with, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. And then apparently Johnny Cochran said, oh my God, that is brilliant. And they started like high-fiving each other. Seriously, the story is they started high-fiving each other that they came up with, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. And they actually used it for two things. It was a knit cap, a knit like ski cap. It was a black ski cap, and that Johnny Cochran was saying that the hat was too small for OJ, and then the gloves. So it was both things.
The day Mr. Darden asked Mr. Simpson to try on those gloves, and the gloves didn't fit. Remember these words: if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
And that was during the closing argument. So that was the gloves, then the hat.
It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
So there you go. The two times, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit, being used.
I was just reading a meme that OJ was drafted by the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they were able to get him as a first pick because they lost a game at the end of the previous season. Buffalo is where he met Nicole. Obviously, that led them to.
Was she a cheerleader?
I don't know what her story was, but the point is, if not for the Buffalo Bills, OJ wouldn't have made the Kardashians famous. We wouldn't have had Kim Kardashian. So we have the Buffalo Bills losing in 1970 to thank for the Kardashians of today.
Oh, and the Kardashians are intertwined. There's a story that didn't OJ claim to have had like sex with
Chris
Chris Jenner, right?
I don't. Was it OJ who claimed that, or was it just? I remember there were so many books written by
in a hot tub or something.
Yeah,
it was rumor.
It was a rumor.
Nobody claimed it.
There was
swinging,
a rumor that OJ got with Chris Jenner in a hot tub. But then before Hal Herman, folks, couple of things OJ related. He fled California for asset protection from the Goldmans and the $33.5 million verdict. He moved to Florida, down to like Kendall, near Miami. He moved to Kendall because of Florida legal protections that your house cannot be taken. So OJ came to Florida, and then when he got to Florida, he got in trouble here in Florida. I bet you don't even remember the whole DirecTV scandal. All right, hold on. Hal Herman's on the way in minutes. I want to tell you about the DirecTV scandal, and then we'll move on to Hal Herman. But first, ladies and gentlemen, Fester, let me hear you. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we don't need the real cat sound effect. Roxanne, can I hear you make the Cash Kitty noise? Oh, you hissing now? You hissing at me? All right, so it's 8 o'clock. It is Cash Kitty time. Your shot to win all right, we're done. All right, Fester, thank you. All right. Great, Fester's purring. All right. So here's the Cash Kitty word. Cash Kitty dealing out $1,000 5 times a day.
Now the kitty's in the litter box.
All right, stop. Fester, stop it. Stop. All right, knock it off. All right, the Cash Kitty word this hour is elite. So this hour's word is elite. E-L-I-T-E. That's elite. Text it nationwide to 45911 before quarter after for a shot at $1,000. Or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. The 8 o'clock hour word is elite. E-L-I-T-E. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. And also, you got a shot at $1,000 at 10 a.m., then 12 noon, then 3 and 5 p.m. with the Cash Kitty, only on Q105. All right, Hal Herman is almost ready to roll in with his debut of 2 new songs off his upcoming album. But first, 2 things. OJ moved to Florida to protect assets so his home could not be seized by the Goldmans. Right. And while he was in Florida, an obvious double murderer that got away with murder. Then when he moved to Florida, he got involved in pirating DirecTV. He was like selling like the jimmied up boxes and like the cards, the access cards.
Yeah.
OJ Simpson was busted and like sued by DirecTV for stealing DirecTV. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, so from double murder to like boosting DirecTV signal. So he got in trouble and DirecTV went after him. He settled with DirecTV for $25,000. Seriously. So OJ had to give DirecTV $25,000 because he was pirating DirecTV signals. Unbelievable. And then, of course, the white Ford Bronco chase. I mean, remember it was like the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you'll never forget where you were when you watched that, right?
I remember we were watching. The playoffs were on NBC. And was it the championship game or was it just the playoffs? I'm trying to remember. I think the Knicks were in the game. I'm trying to remember.
It was the Knicks Rockets.
And was it the championship game or was it just playoffs?
I thought it was that was the NBA championship game.
Okay, and I remember that they had this is NBC and like Tom Brokaw's interrupting the NBA on NBC, and there was a time where they had the white Ford Bronco chase full screen. And the NBA championship game was in the little box in the corner. I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, Fester just brought up a screenshot.
Yeah.
Look, seriously, Fester just brought up the screenshot.
Knicks Rockets finals.
Yeah, it's Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon and OJ racing. I mean, how perfect would it be if instead of a hearse, they used the white Bronco?
I've seen those memes too.
It's just in general.
Yeah.
His son,
coffin hanging out in the back tailgate.
Yeah. Is Al Cowling still alive?
This is AC. Yeah, this is AC. I've got OJ and a coffin in the back. Remember the 911 call? It was, hey, Andrew, see if you can find that for later on. AC Cowling's 911 or the police call where he's like, "This is AC. I've got OJ in the back." As he's driving down like the 405.
So OJ's son, Justin Simpson, is a St. Petersburg realtor.
Yeah, he is. His kids live here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they didn't ask for any of this. This has been a tough life for them.
Yeah.
But I think they're doing well now.
And then, is Hal ready? I haven't seen Hal Herman. Oh, Hal Herman is ready. But first, who could forget Kato Kalin?
I love Kato.
Yeah, I follow him on IG, and I've interviewed him a couple times. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, did you pull the Kato Kalin audio? Where's Kato? I was looking for Kato.
We got Kato?
Yeah, where's I don't see Kato on the page here.
Now, is Kato like
here it is. I got it.
Is he the ultimate Hollywood mooch? Living in like OJ's.
I remember he was the house guest and
he lived like in the garden shed or something or in the house in the back.
Listen, even Kato knew that OJ killed Ron and Nicole. Come on. So Kato puts out a statement on social media yesterday, shot a video.
I've been asked to comment on the death of OJ Simpson. Foremost, I'd like to express my condolences to the children, to Sydney and to Justin, to Jason and Arnell. They lost their father, and that is never easy. I wish to express my love and compassion to the Goldmans, to Fred and to Kim. I hope you find closure. And finally, to the family of the beautiful Nicole Brown Simpson. May we always cherish her memories. Nicole was a beacon of light that burned bright. May we never forget her.
Yeah, Kato and Nicole were very close.
Yeah, Kato looked good. I mean, like aged, but still looks really good. And I thought,
he's got to be about 65.
I don't know, but he looked really good, I thought, on the video he shot. And, he comes across as intelligent. Back in the day, he came across as like dopey L.A. surfer dude, But I think now, he comes across as very intelligent these days. All right, 8:06 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. And it is time, ladies and gentlemen, Hal Herman is getting ready to debut 2 songs. I think I only want one. All right, I'll tell you what.
Let's do both of them.
Let's see how song 1 goes first, and then we'll see if we want to do the second live performance. So I'm supposed to play this intro, which we kind of sampled earlier this morning, and you can't even understand what's being said on this
Listen,
thing.
just play it. This is
All right.
Hal's thing, Hell's thing.
What? I have no idea what it's saying.
All right, stop it. Just stop it. Hit rewind.
What?
It's supposed to say,
what?
The show's about to start, and then there's a countdown.
It
5,
sounds
4,
like... I can't understand a word it says.
I'm not sure what's
How
going
about you produce a show intro, Hal Herman, that you can understand?
Let's just play it. I just wanted to say
All
what
right.
it said. It's going to say, the show is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. What? What? Hail Hal Herman?
Hail Hal Herman. Hail Hal Herman.
Froggy, what the hell are you... I'm sorry. Hal, what the hell are you wearing?
What do you guys think?
Oh, my
How do I
God.
look? Huh?
All right, can we get a...
Can't see much.
Yeah, take that mask off, Hal.
Could we get a shot of this? Is Froggy on MJTV? What is that mask?
This is my Hal Herman mask. This is what I'm performing in. What do you guys think?
Where'd you get that?
I made it.
No, it's a Hal Herman mask?
What is...
It's homemade.
Did you buy this?
I had my production team make it for me, designer and creative services.
Oh, you've got to see this on MJTV. This is bizarre. He's wearing a mask with like...
I'm going to perform in this mask.
Oh my God.
With like a half a dozen tassels coming
A
off. of it.
little foggy in the glasses, but I'm going to be all right. What do you guys think about Hal Herman, huh? I'm going to do 2 songs today,
All right.
and they're going to kick ass.
You know, I got to be honest.
Yeah, what's up?
I
need a little echo, please.
Can we do that, go?
I kind of think I like Hal Herman headlines better.
Now, this is Hal Herman, and this is going to be my band. What do you guys think? What do you think, fat boy? I heard you talking trash earlier, huh? Huh?
You want to know the truth?
Why don't you wait till you hear the songs?
I think it's going to suck.
Oh, son of a
That's what I
bitch.
think.
You son of a bitch.
Ah, here we go.
That's what I
I
think.
might need to lift this up for the song.
Take your mask off. Is it made out of duct tape?
Yeah.
No, look at the whole thing's made out of. I didn't know this. You've got duct tape glue on your. He wrapped a duct tape mask around his head. He ripped out half of his hair.
It's too much. I can't do it.
So the duct tape was all over his hair and forehead and hairline. And
Holy cow, that thing hurts like a bitch.
Hal, pick up your mask. Come
I
here.
can't perform with that.
all right.
me see
So Hal, you need a little echo. You said.
Please, that would be great. And give me a lot of volume here because this is my band.
Is there anything you need to say before you perform your first song of your upcoming Hal Herman CD?
Yeah, so this song is called Did You Hear About This? It's basically one of my news headline Hal Herman news in a song.
Did you hear about this? Are you ready?
Now you're going to give me a little 4 count in, a little cymbal count there.
Okay,
and,
here we go.
Just play it from the top there.
All right.
And
no,
it's in the song, man.
Oh.
Just hit it. All right, here we go. This is called Do You Hear About This? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about this? Come on! Did you hear about that? Hal Herman is my name. Doing the news is my game. Tell the truth is all I do. You don't like it, shame on you. Did you hear about Britney Spears and her latest craze? She pops coffee and enemas every single day, yeah! Did you hear about Taylor Swift and her hemorrhoids? And Travis Kelce shoots his peen with steroids? What? And Madonna, she had a tour in arenas. But in the middle of a tour, she had diarrhea. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about this? Hey, guys, did you hear about that? Wow! Yeah! Hey, guys, listen. Did you hear about Elon Musk and his new demeanor? He admitted that he suffers from micro-wiener. Did you hear about our girl Adele? And I can't confirm. She lost all that weight from inserting tapeworms. Did you hear about Big Ol' Fester and what he hides? What? He has gerbils in his butt where they reside. Did you hear about this tiny man named Todd Schnitt? He's so short he can qualify for a midget. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Yeah.
Is this almost over?
Take it, DJ Skrizzle. It's my break time. Here we go. Skrizzle's got this. Thank you. All right, now, what'd you guys think of that first one? Thank you, Skrizzle.
All right.
That was like it was like metal and the news all rolled into one. We got news headlines and a great song.
Thank you, Skrizzle.
Hal.
Thanks, Skrizzle.
But before you did it,
yes,
I said prematurely that it was going to suck. I was completely wrong.
Guys, I tell you
that
what.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Just imagine the live shows when I bring in the band with me.
You have a band?
Yeah, yes.
Can we take the echo off while we're just talking to him?
Yeah, I can take Hal's echo off.
Thank you. Are you okay, Hal?
I took shroom gummies.
You took shroom gummies before the performance?
They're kicking in.
Oh,
all right, so
you gonna make it?
You guys want to hear another one?
I don't know.
Yes.
What is the next one about?
This is called Greatest Newsman in the World.
You know what? Let's go to phone. Let's ask the audience if they want any more of this.
All right, listen. If you don't want to hear the Greatest Newsman alive, where
hold on.
Tear apart local newsmen.
Hold
with
on.
my fingers.
Hold on. The next song is called what?
Greatest Newsman alive.
And you bash local news people?
A couple just here and there.
Oh, because you're better than all of them? Is that the premise?
Greatest newsman in the world, brother.
All right, folks.
Now, what'd you guys think of the song? Sorry, I'm a little twitchy.
All right, let's go to.
It's like a.
Let me give out the phone numbers. 800-990-1047. Do you want to hear the second Hal Herman song from Hal Herman?
I must say the next one is even better.
All right, folks, you vote. You decide now.
Wait, how many votes are we doing here?
Do you
684.
Do you want to hear the next song? Yes or no?
Yes.
800-990-1047. Let's put this in the hands of our listeners
I don't like that.
right now. I don't like that. Is that
And
what
all
you said?
those, let me just say this. All of the things I mentioned in that song, absolutely true.
Yeah, it's informative and rock out with information, Primus vibes.
Rock out with your news out.
And here's the thing about the whole.
Rock out with your schlock out.
Here's the thing about this whole package. I don't know how to process it because I've never heard news delivered that way. It's
all new and so fresh.
It's so new and fresh and cutting edge. I'm still like, what just happened?
The stage show, when I have my band with me, I have Anthony August, my guitarist, and Mark Lorenzo, and a couple other, he's my manager.
All the lines are ringing.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not done talking, you son of a bitch.
All right, Hal.
Easy, Hal.
Sorry.
I forgot what I was saying.
You were shouting out some of your boyfriends?
Yeah, no. And on the stage show, when we play live local here in Tampa, I'm going to do it live from a news desk. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Oh, so the act is going to be from like an anchor desk on TV?
Yeah, what do you think about that? No?
Let's work on it.
Phones are loaded.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of hell yeses.
From where?
On
I'm
my
afraid.
All right.
I thought it was kick-ass.
Fester, have you checked your phone? 813-310-8444, your private cell number?
And I'm going to text you.
Yes. My 5-year-old wants more. My 5-year-old wants to know how you got gerbils there, Fester. Abdul wants more.
All right, let's go to phones.
Wow.
I think we have our answer.
Our listening audience
I'm gonna take a seat.
will decide whether Hal Herman will perform his second song And that one's called The Greatest Newsman Alive.
Yes.
All
And I
right.
believe we should post these somewhere.
Greatest newsman of the world.
Greatest newsman of the world, yeah.
Sammy's in St. Pete. Yes or no on the second Hal Herman song?
Definitely, yes, please.
I appreciate it.
Sammy, did you like it?
Of course I did. And I also want to see if I could get a bobblehead from him.
He's all in. He wants a Hal Herman. Thank you,
This guy's
Sammy.
Halite.
Len's in Hudson. Len, more Hal Herman, yes or no?
Hell yes.
What'd you think of the song?
Loved it.
All right.
Thank you, Len. Let me grab.
Do it every week.
Every week.
Well,
Same song.
I got
Play it
25
again.
more songs. So.
Billy in Newport Richie, yes or no on the second Hal Herman song?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what we like to
Is there
hear.
going to get anything but sausage on the lines here? I mean,
Well, it is the genre. I think.
straight up peen party.
It's all men.
Yeah, because it's metal.
We opened up a line or two here. Let's go. Try. What do the women think? 800-990-1047. Should we play the second Hal Herman song? Or should he be able to perform it live? Marvin in South Carolina. Hello, Marvin.
Oh, thank God you answered. Do not play that song again.
All right, Marvin, leave the jokes to us.
Yeah. Shut up, you hack artist.
I think you said no.
No.
All right, get rid of it.
Get out of
Bye,
here.
Marvin.
You don't know nothing about it.
Actually, I think that was a female. James is next. James, yes or no on Hal Herman?
Yes, I want to hear about that.
That's it. Also, I didn't hear about this.
Thank you. Kenneth in Tampa, yes or no on Hal Herman's second song live?
I'm not listening to Hal no more, but I'm still listening.
Okay, you got me
I don't,
confused.
yeah, I don't
So-
know what that means.
Is that a yes or a no?
Well, I'm still listening.
Well, that's a yes to me.
I guess that's a yes. We have women that are starting to call in.
All right.
Yeah, this has to be balanced. I want to hear from our female listeners.
I love female.
Do you want to hear the second Hal Herman song? Brenda in Spring Hill, yes or no?
Absolutely. I thought it was hilarious.
Thank you, Brent. That was very nice. But about the
All
music.
right.
What about the music?
The females are weighing in. Thank you, Brenda. Let me grab Becky in Hudson. Becky, yes or no on the next Hal Herman live performance?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I love Hal Herman.
Yeah, yes.
Look at this. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. I just got a text from her friend, and she's like, "It's stuck in my head already." It's like that shows you that
Is
a
she
song
just singing,
is.
did you hear about this?
Yeah, she's like, "That's a song is powerful. You hear it one time, and all of a sudden, did you hear about this?"
Let me go back to the phones. Hope is in Largo.
Oh, no. I hope.
Is Hope going to say, I hope you don't do any more Hal Herman? Hope, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you.
What do you
I
think?
think 100% undoubtedly he should definitely sing another song for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Loved it.
Wow. All right. Thank
This
you.
is a hit. It's a
All
hit.
right,
to
now,
begin.
here come the women. Tiffany. Tiffany, yes or no for the next Hal Herman live song?
Absolutely yes.
Look at this.
Yeah, yes. It's yeah, yes, by the way. Yeah, yes.
Tiffany, can you say yay, yes?
Yay, yes.
There you go.
The lady goes taking over the world.
All right, David in Bradenton. No more. Every line is ringing. I think we've got the answer here. All right, David, yes or no?
It's an absolute yes from me.
Yeah, that's my cousin Jason.
Now they're
The bias there.
all the callers are talking like Hal Herman. Yeah, yes.
Nice to hear from you, Jason.
Thank you. Barbie in Pinellas Park. Yes or no, Barbie?
No.
Oh!
I'm so sorry. I say no.
Shut up, Barbie. Your movie stinks.
Did you say her movie
Yeah,
stinks?
your doll sucks too.
All right, so we have
Great. End it on a negative. That's great.
we have 10 yeses and 2 nos.
From Barbie and Marvin, who
Yeah. So I guess it means that it is time for the second. Now, I heard that this one might be a little controversial.
No, absolutely not.
That some of the lyrics might be a little offensive.
Well, I don't know if it gets back to any of these guys I mentioned.
Also, are you worried about some of the lyrics getting back to some of the local,
Kidding me?
some of the news people?
Hal's fearless.
I'll chop him in the neck.
So,
All right.
Hal, before you sing, do you think there's a news personality, a newsman or woman out there that you can't beat in hand-to-hand comment?
No, as I say in this song, I'm the greatest newsman in the world.
It's a cutthroat,
Okay,
yeah.
ever. ever on earth.
Okay.
All right, so Hal Herman from Hal Herman Headlines here
This
on the
is a
MJ
yes.
Morning Show. Now you attack local news celebrities who apparently are more successful than you.
Well, some legendary ones in the beginning, and in the end, I close it with some local hacks. So here we go.
That's all we have left. They're local hacks.
All right, this song's called "The Greatest News Band of the World." It'll be posted later for free to
You need
download.
more reverb?
Yes, please. Yes.
Give me a mic check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check.
Shayake. All right.
Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots.
Here we go.
Tom Brokaw is a putz. I'll punch that old man in his nuts.
What?
Sam Donaldson is a nerd.
Sam Donaldson?
What?
And he doesn't wash his hands after he turds.
Oh, that's true.
That's
True
true.
story.
That's true.
Barbara Walters is a super freak. She banged Dan Rather for a week.
What?
It's true. Don Lemon, well, he's a punk.
Who?
Don Lemon. And Ted Koppel has tiny junk. Not me. Not me. I'm the greatest newsman in the world. That's right. Every other newsman makes me hurl. Because I'm the greatest newsman in the world.
Turn it up, MJ.
Killing all newsmen and newsgirls. That's right. Here we go. Get ready. Russell Rose, that guy's a bum. And Charlie Belcher, you weigh a ton.
We love Charlie.
And Bobby Deskins will screw you.
Bobby Deskins.
And Keith Kate won't get renewed. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Keith Kate? Because I'm the greatest newsman in the world.
Say Keith Kate won't get renewed?
That's right.
That's probably
Every
true.
other newsman makes me hurl. Because I'm the greatest newsman in the world.
Oh, no.
Killing all newsmen and newsgirls. Y'all ready for this right here?
Yeah.
Get them up, everybody. Get them up. Put your hands up.
What does that mean?
Greatest newsman live. Here we go. Dick Crippen say nothing else with a name like that. The jokes write themselves.
Oh, God.
John Wilson, what do you think? I hate your son. His movies stink. Dick Crippen say nothing else with a name like that. The jokes write themselves. John Wilson, what do you think? I hate your son. His movies stink.
Hal just flung himself on the floor.
I'm the greatest.
Is that a body slam?
I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest newsman
What the hell just happened? Froggy flung himself to the ground after ripping all the signage off of our walls here in the studio. Are you okay? Get up, Hal.
He ripped the Q105 banner off the wall.
That's what I say about corporate.
JoJo Walker put that banner up in 2004 and Froggy rips it down.
Hail, Hal Herman.
It's an anti-news establishment movement.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to be associated with things that are insulting Charlie Belcher, quite frankly.
Me too. I want to be clear on that.
But Dick Crippen, I agree with that part.
No.
He just he destroyed the banner on the wall of the. Did you get that on video? You got that?
I hope so.
Hold on. Why are you giving me what? Oh my God! Oh boy! All right. Wow. Well, there you go. Hal Herman.
Okay, can I say it was great?
He says he has 25 more songs. I don't think so.
I was really impressed, but I don't know how to feel about it.
I loved it. I mean, I'm glad I'm not on television anymore because God knows how it would have ripped on me. And, you know, I did work with Dick Crippen with, you know, he's amazing.
Yeah, okay.
So,
We're not coming
he's
to you.
offended some of my colleagues.
We're not
my
coming to you
former
for
colleagues.
references on these guys.
When did Dick Crippen die?
He's alive.
He didn't die.
Oh, sorry.
He retired in 2020 from the Rays.
Oh, okay. I'm
who
sorry.
he worked for
All
for like
right.
15 or 20 years.
All right.
It's like 85 or something.
And then why is he hating on John Wilson, the father of Patrick Wilson? And wasn't he in like all the? He's in a lot of. He's in a lot of creepy movies,
He's
right?
a great actor. We love him.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson,
Yeah.
a local boy.
Love the whole Wilson family.
Made it big in Hollywood. So why is Froggy busted on John Wilson and Patrick Wilson?
Hal's making a statement.
Did he mention Mark Wilson on Fox 13, who is the anchor after his dad?
Oh yes, the much less successful son. Yes.
Why don't you tell Hal to put that in his lyrics?
Well, listen, I'm glad that he didn't go after some of my friends like Kelly Ring and Reginald Roundtree.
What happened?
Yeah, Froggy's back in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Hal should do a collab
How'd it go?
with Dennis Phillips. Wouldn't that be great?
I left them out.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for not going after like Dennis Phillips and Paul Delgado, two good friends of mine.
This wasn't a weather-centric song, but the next one, good luck.
Do people like that one? That one's a little more hard rocky.
I like this. The music in the second one was just fantastic.
That's right. We're going to be playing live. Should we play live?
Oh, my God.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
Oh.
There you have it, man. You never know what the heck's going to happen on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, if you're just listening on the radio, you probably want to go back and watch that video performance on MJ TV a little later and just click on, go to mjmorningshow.com and then click on MJ TV. Wow, that'll wake you up.
Yeah, I kind of feel worn out.
I can't. You?
Energetic.
Where's my mask?
Yeah, it's over here.
Oh.
Here you go.
I've never done that.
MJ, I listened to every lyric on that slam of other news people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you with 100% certainty, I don't think any of that is true except for Sam Donaldson not washing his hands after using the bathroom.
All right, folks,
I witnessed that.
Yeah, I know. Several people.
Froggy witnessed this. This is a true story. Famous old ABC newsman Sam Donaldson was in our old studio on Gandy. This goes back years ago. And Sam Donaldson from ABC World News Tonight.
I'm Sam Donaldson.
So Sam Donaldson was at our radio station. Do you remember he was in town and he was
doing his show or something?
Yeah, he was doing some radio show and he was using our studios. Sam goes into the men's room and just blows the bathroom up. I mean, he killed it. Sam Donaldson blew. Is he still alive?
It was brutal.
He blew the bathroom up.
Yeah.
And then Froggy watches him come out of the stall.
Yep.
And just walk right out without even looking at the sink to wash his hands.
Walks right out.
Doesn't even regard the sink for a second. Right out. Starts touching door handles and all kinds of fun.
Oh, he's still alive. Sam Donaldson is 90 years old. Holy
He has
crap.
a well-built immune system, apparently.
Yeah, right. He's going to live forever the way he kept intaking those toxins.
Moving right along here on a Friday on the MJ Morning Show. You know, we all know about the boot. Do you know about the Barnacle? This is unbelievable. All right, Roxanne, what is the boot?
When you hurt yourself, you have surgery, and then you have to wear a boot while your foot is healing.
Not the boot I'm looking for. However, listen, without a lot of information, not a bad
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
Not a bad guess. Let me hone in and refine the criteria for a more targeted answer. When it comes to the automotive category, Roxanne, what is the boot?
Oh, when you are naughty Parker and someone comes and puts a boot on your car.
That or you owe like
Yes.
$1 jillion in fines.
Or you get towed. Yes.
You've got parking tickets. You've got or you're parked illegally. Yes, the boot. The boot is that metal barbell-looking clamp that they put on your tire to immobilize your car. And remember, we talked about this recently, the people that get booted and then they still try to drive off.
There's a bunch of great videos on YouTube.
They're great.
Oh, yeah. If you go to YouTube and you type in people driving with the boot on their car,
yes,
these are folks that come back from wherever they were and they get to their parking spot and their car's been booted. And then the folks that literally try to drive, it's like, I'll show them. They can't stop me with the boot. And they're just destroying their car. As they're driving down the road and the boot is just scraping and gouging the road, wrecking their wheel. Sparks are flying. All right, well, that's the boot. There's something called the Barnacle. Do you know what the Barnacle is?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, this is being used in more and more cities.
Well, barnacles are kind of spiky, right?
Yeah, well, they stick to stuff. You know, barnacles.
They're sticky.
Well, this is unbelievable. The Barnacle, imagine a gigantic book that folds open. So imagine a regular traditional book, and the book is the size of your windshield. So you place a book on your windshield and open it up. So you have the left side of the book and the right side. But then you turn the book over, and listen, a book is just going to occupy a small space on your windshield. The Barnacle is like a book, except it covers the entire driver's side of your windshield. So from like the center of the windshield, like where the mirror is, all the way over to the A-pillar on the driver's side. The Barnacle is this huge device that suctions to your window, blocks the complete view of the driver. You can't drive. I mean, you can't even like lean over, to be able to operate the gas and the brakes and try to lean over like to the passenger side. You can't even do it. That's the Barnacle.
So it's suction cups to the
Yes.
gas, to the glass.
To the glass.
Then you call, pay your fee.
Yes.
And then they give you a code to
unsuction it or they come out. That's the Barnacle. Now, I have not heard of the Barnacle being used, here in the Tampa Bay area yet, but there are numerous police departments that are using these around the country. And the NYPD up in New York City, they just started using the Barnacle. It's a windshield boot. It weighs 17 pounds, and it sticks to your vehicle's windshield like a barnacle.
That's pretty smart.
All right, did you see the pictures of this thing?
Can you not stick your head out your window?
No.
Okay.
Listen, you could...
Like Ace Ventura?
You could try to open up the driver's window and lean out, but how far are you going to get with your entire windshield covered? You're going to drive down the interstate with your head hanging out the driver's window or trying to lean over to the passenger side to look out the other half of the... It doesn't work. All right, Fester's on... It's called the Barnacle, and Fester's actually on their website. And the what is it? It's barnacleparking.com. Folks, if you want to see this, you've got to see this device in action. Barnacleparking.com. So you go to their website. Fester, scroll all the way up. Let me read it says, this is the Barnacle. Every so often, something comes along that changes the game. This is one of those moments. GPS and mobile-enabled, renowned versatility, motorist preferred, police promoted, and city approved. It's time to see what you've been missing. The Barnacle is parking enforcement that sticks. little pun there from the Barnacle people. Oh, my God. And then,
bunch of yucksters. But it shows how it can suction right to any flat surface, any glass. And the deal is, you don't tow somebody. You don't put a boot on. This doesn't damage the car, but it corrects the problem.
They should put one on all the windows, too. Like, all the windows should have one.
And then there's a keypad to then, I guess you call up, and then they give you the code. So what, once you pay your fines? And then what do you do with the Barnacle afterward? Do you remove it from the car, just throw it on the side of the road?
So within minutes, they'll be retrieved. Motorists can remove the device themselves once they enter a code or pay the required fine.
Yeah. And there's a keypad on this thing. Wow. And then I guess some places have a drop box. Wait a minute. Who's gonna like, after they've crippled your car?
I'm breaking it. I'm driving over this son of a... I mean, seriously.
After you get it off your windshield, I mean, don't you want to destroy this thing?
Yeah. Throw it in a river.
I mean, they put it on your property. I mean, can you get in trouble for that?
It's my device now.
Well, I think technically, well, but if the police departments are putting there, you might want to be careful about throwing the Barnacle into the river.
Tough luck, copper. I mean, seriously.
Oh, man, but The boot is out, man. It's now the windshield Barnacle. And the best way to describe it, imagine a giant book, a huge book, the size of your windshield from top to bottom, covering from the whole driver's side to like the mirror in the middle where you can't see out if you're the driver.
Unlike towing or boots, the Barnacle doesn't have any heavy equipment or needing any special skills. You just suck it on. They call the number to pay the fine, and it pops right off.
Oh, man, the Barnacle. Gotta love that. Amazing. I think we talked about this a couple of years ago, and is it coming back around? Or maybe you guys can help refresh my memory. But there was a story that kind of hit yesterday, and it's all over the place today, about what happens if you go grocery shopping on an empty stomach.
Oh, yeah, I saw this. You want me to tell you what happens?
Yeah,
no. What I want to do is talk about the fact that we had somehow this came up on this show years ago.
I'm sure
this might have been previous research. Doesn't this sound familiar?
It sounds obvious.
We talked about this for there was some other study or some other research that if you go to the supermarket on an empty stomach, or if you go to the supermarket while hungry, you spend a whole lot more buying food at the supermarket because of your predisposal to being hungry.
But doesn't this seem like a clickbait headline that comes around every couple of years?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I thought we did this a couple of years ago, and now it's all. It was on some of the cable news channels yesterday. It was on some of the nightly news shows last night.
I mean, it's like the most obvious news ever.
According to research, which I think we talked about years ago on the show, if you go grocery shopping on an empty stomach, it will cost you an extra $26 a trip. So the claim is go to the supermarket hungry, and you're going to spend $26 more at the supermarket than you would if you were satiated. If you had a full stomach, you just had a sandwich, you just had lunch, and you were not hungry with all kinds of hunger pangs going ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that's.
What if you're hungry and stoned?
Then I sure as hell hope Doritos are not on sale because you will clean them out.
Man, if you're hungry and you just
ripped a couple totem poles.
What?
A joint or two, you know?
That's language I've never heard.
Wait. Yeah, can you ripped a couple? That's what, vernacular? Ripped a couple of totem poles?
Maybe.
Did you make that up?
Yeah, I just made it up. Just made it up on the fly.
No, you didn't.
Just saying.
Oh, man. Anyway, I thought we talked about that or something very similar a couple of years ago, but the story's making a whole new round. I don't know how to bring this up. Marilyn Smith. I guess I just got to dive into it. I'll handle this delicately. What time is it? 8:40?
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Smith, a cookbook author and self-proclaimed queen of fiber.
Is that the one that your claim to fame?
Shot a video recently on social media to explain that she and her husband go out every night for a walk. But they have a name for their walk. And this cookbook author, Marilyn Smith, has a name for the walk that she does in the evening with her husband after dinner.
Like the jiggle wiggle or something?
No, it's the FW.
Yeah, I mean, if she's
Roxanne, why don't you say it?
I'll say it in a different way. I'll say the TW version.
No,
it's a toot walk.
Just say what it is.
It's a toot walk.
No, just say the real name.
I don't like saying that word.
Say it.
It's a front walk.
Did you just have a stroke? Hey, everybody, I'm Roxanne. Thanks for visiting me in the hospital.
I like to say that word.
You sounded like that Buttafuoco woman.
It's a fart walk.
What is it called?
That's what it is. A fart walk.
Oh. Say it again with the stroke.
No, they do it too. I mean, it sounds really sexy, right? Right, with your partner, something you want to do with your partner. And
Marilyn Smith and her longtime husband. She's a cookbook author. I guess she's got a bunch of videos online, and every night she goes on a 10-minute fart walk with her husband. Fester, that's enough. Just a little bit. That's enough. Fester.
All right, Fester.
We're trying to keep the radios on in offices, please. Fester, knock it off. Stop. It's enough. Stop.
Okay, cut his mic.
I mean, they are funny.
Oh, man.
Yes.
And according to self.com, there's some validity to the claim. When you're moving, your GI tract is also moving, says Dr. Lisa Ganju, a gastroenterologist at NYU's Langone Health Center, tells self.com this helps trigger gut motility and movement of your intestines. Anyway, she says that Marilyn and her husband, they've got something going on, and they're not lying about going for a nightly.
Ew.
Roxanne, say it one more time.
Fart walk.
Oh, come on. Sounds better.
Keep radios on here. We have Roxanne fart walk.
Sounds better if it's British.
Like the Queen just tooted or something. MJ, listen, it makes perfect sense. When you're walking, everything's moving. You know,
that's what the doctor from NYU Langone, which is a very well-respected healthcare system.
You mean NYPU?
Yeah, NYU. Anyway, so
yeah, it makes sense.
What works for them, that's fine.
A fart walk after dinner is good for your health, apparently.
I mean, it's better than like doing it in the sheets, under the sheets or something. Air it out.
Dutching it.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, did you hear about the New Jersey library that handed out counterfeit eclipse glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is unbelievable. You know, Julian, what time is it? 8:44. All right, we have time here. So Julian picked up his glasses from the New York Public Library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last Friday, Saturday, New York Public Libraries had free eclipse glasses. And I'll try to call Julian in just a minute. I don't know. I don't think he's in class yet. But listen to this. A library in New Jersey issued an urgent statement earlier this week learning that the eclipse glasses that they handed out to their library patrons were fake. Moorestown, New Jersey Library went on Facebook to post an alert stating that the solar eclipse glasses that they distributed may be counterfeit. The statement went on to say that the eclipse glasses were purchased from Walmart.com and labeled as been manufactured by Medical King, a brand by the American Astronomical Society, but the library learned that the glasses might be total fakes, where some scamsters, probably in China, because a bunch of the glasses that said made in China were deemed to be unsafe. And then you had, I mean, can you imagine how sick of a person do you have to be to make fake eclipse glasses to potentially blind or damage somebody's eyesight and burn their retina? I mean, how much of a degenerate, sicko scumbag do you have to be to sell fake or ineffective, knowingly ineffective eclipse glasses?
Terrible.
So
you ought to be beheaded on the spot.
Okay. Did anybody
or have your eyes taken out with the melon scoopers?
Ow.
Yes.
I'm just listening to you come up with other torment for these
yes.
fake glass producers. No, MJ, did anybody come back with any injuries?
17 patrons melted eyeballs.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't. The library advised people against using the glasses. They apologized for the error. And here you have a library that gave out phony glasses.
I'll tell you right now, my local library has a whole section for the blind, and there's never people in it. So this one's going to be packed.
They have a Braille section?
Yeah. A couple of Braille books.
MJ, yesterday I went to the eye doctor, interestingly enough, and he told me of cases. Dr. Reyes, he's my favorite, and he told me of cases where he has treated patients who did indeed stare at the sun during an eclipse, and now they have blind spots. And, you know, of course, it does go right into the retina. And also, if you point a laser at someone's eye, you can go blind that way as well.
Yeah, we should do that to our teacher in high school.
Yeah, he's blind now.
Point the laser in his eye?
In her eye.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
It was funny at the time.
You're like a degenerate that would grow up and sell fake counterfeit eclipse glasses.
I did contemplate poking minuscule holes in yours with a thumbtack.
That's why I wouldn't let you guys touch my glasses when I brought those things in.
It doesn't work like that, Frog.
So Julian, my son, he went to the New York Public Library, the branch near where he is, near his dorm at NYU, where they were handing out free glasses, and he had to sign a liability release.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're so worried about, I guess, lawsuits that you can only get the glasses if you sign, Julian Schnitt, and then release the city of New York and the New York Public Library, hold harmless. He had to sign a release to get the free eclipse glasses.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
MJ, you want me to share that other fun fact I learned about eye safety?
How about when we get back?
As it relates to beauty? Yes.
Can we do that when we get back?
I would love to.
Also, is Tom Brady just, is he desperate for attention? You saw the latest Tom Brady rumor that started percolating yesterday, right? Yes, no?
What's Tom doing?
We have a Tom Brady rumor that started percolating yesterday. Also, when women get pregnant, we know of certain things that get bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about this.
Well, you're not a woman, so.
But hang on. But you hear about stuff. I mean, I don't have to have ovaries and fallopian tubes to hear stuff.
Oh, but it helps.
All right, now hang on a minute.
Because my wife hears every damn thing.
All right, hold on. That, Tom Brady, and a whole lot more next. And then Roxanne's fact about eyesight, which that'll keep you tuned in, folks. All next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday. It's 9 o'clock on a Friday. And Fester hasn't shuffled in. Where the hell is Fester? Is he getting sick yet? Folks, if you miss this, this is insanity. Let me tell you how much Fester cares about the temple that he calls his body.
What is he doing?
I don't
out
know.
there?
He's like hiding behind the wall now. Fester, get in here. Are you feeling okay? Is there any issue with your tummy?
So, listen. I'm feeling
woozy.
Feeling all right.
Feeling woozy.
Not feeling woozy.
Give it time.
I feel things a churning. That's all. That's all.
Oh.
You know.
If you missed it, folks, early this morning, it was the 6 o'clock hour, around 6:30 or so. Froggy was out in his truck. I think he was medicating.
I was getting Hal.
Getting high? What?
Hal.
Oh, Hal. Getting Hal.
Jeez.
All right, so let me hold this up to MJTV. It is a square box of White Castle classic cheese sliders. This is the 4-pack available in your grocer's freezer.
Yes.
Froggy bought these on Monday, earlier this week at Publix, in the Publix freezer. And somehow, on the way home, these White Castle frozen supermarket cheeseburgers fell out of the bag and ended up on Froggy's back seat and covered by the Hal Herman wardrobe. Is that it?
Yes, and I did not notice it. It sort of just slipped under there.
Froggy found them this morning, brings them in and said, "Hey, guys, these have been in my truck since Monday." And then Fester opens up the box and eats all 4 of them.
Look, you were sitting there. They're no good anymore. Oh, we got to throw them away. No, you don't.
They are a perishable food item.
Yeah, over the course of like a year, it's bread that was still soft, not moldy.
Beef. What about the bacteria growth on cheese and beef?
Stop.
That is so processed. It has so many things in it. It's fine.
I'm with Fester. It's fine.
Or not.
We'll hope for the best.
You said your stomach is starting to rumble a little bit.
We'll see.
I think the timing of my eating is all a little bit off with the 4 burgers. Did you know that White Castle now has a jalapeno cheese slider?
Ooh.
I'm sure they do.
If you can pick me up those next time you
Tell
go to
you
the
what,
store,
I'm
Froggy.
getting hungry for a Crystal Burger. We don't have White Castles here in Tampa Bay. You got to go to Orlando for the world's largest White Castle. But for me, White Castle and Crystal are... And look, I grew up in New York, and there were tons of White Castles around New York. But for me, Crystals, they absolutely hit the spot. For me, Crystals and White Castles are interchangeable.
The only one in Tampa is on Hillsborough Avenue. And then the only...
Hold on, the one on... Was it Fletcher or Fowler? They used to have one.
It used to be Fletcher.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
right
gone.
near District 1, near the Sheriff's Department, in the box area.
Hillsborough Avenue is the only one in Tampa, and then there's one in Lakeland. I don't think there's any in Pinellas County. I think there's really not a lot of Crystals in our
what
area.
There was a Crystal, and I was excited. They opened up a Crystal Burger on Southdale Mabry in front of Lowe's. Remember the used to be Pep Boys in there, and they knocked that down. They built that big Lowe's. That's kind of like it's just to the south of Britton Plaza. It's like the next unit. And the other thing with Britton Plaza, it came out a couple of weeks ago that there's talk that they're going to demolish Britton Plaza and redo that as like a mini town center. That's all the rage these days. These little town centers that are popping up all over the place. But the Jimmy John's that's now in front of Lowe's in South Tampa, that used to be a Crystal. And it didn't make it. But that little zone there, and Britton Plaza's fine, but that little zone, even just a click to the right, a click south, it's like a no man dead zone in there. It's kind of weird.
It's weird.
I don't even think that Lowe's does as well as most other Lowe's in that location.
It's a weird location.
Yeah, and then now there's a Jimmy John's where the Crystal Burger used to be, and I totally missed that Crystal Burger because that was, pretty close in South Tampa. All right, so Tom Brady. There hasn't been much Tom Brady. I mean, when Tom Brady gets mentioned now, it's when we see the pictures of Giselle like bent over in some kind of tight leopard skin outfit, or she's doing photo shoots, or her doing pretzel maneuvers with her jujitsu instructor and her new lover boy, right? That's when Tom Brady seems to be getting mentioned. So the question is Tom Brady getting a little restless? Is Tom Brady being a little, taken aback that he's not the forefront of conversation? And is he getting a little jealous?
Well, what happened?
Well, now he's floating that if the phone rang and somebody needed a quarterback, that maybe he'd consider it.
God, he's so annoying.
That's just like
I'm so tired of him.
We just set Froggy off.
Stop. Just go away. God, I hate him.
And now a special one-on-one message from Froggy to Tom Brady.
I hate you. You're just annoying.
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's all these podcasts out there that has these little conversations, and then they try to make a big news article out of something that was said 1 second in a podcast.
Yeah, and I think that's his default mode. He's just like, he doesn't even know how to answer questions without saying, yeah, if a team needs me, I'm there for him. That's what I do.
Stay away from everything.
Yeah, so he was asked if the phone rang and someone needed a new starting quarterback.
What about his Fox gig or whatever he was doing?
Yeah, he's got that coming up.
That's supposed to start in the fall, right?
Yes, it is.
Doesn't he have like how much was the Fox deal? 300 million, 500? I mean, just.
What do you think Fox thinks about that comment, Tom?
I thought it was
an
a 10-year contract.
It was like a huge contract. Doesn't he have the chance to make more money as a football Fox analyst than he made actually in the NFL?
Yeah, Fox pays pretty well.
I hope he gets crippled if he comes back.
It's a 10-year, $375 million contract.
There you go. 10 years, $375 million?
But I want to go back.
That just shows you how much money there is in these football deals.
Yeah.
And they're paying the NFL a fortune to carry the games. And then they're dealing out $375 million to Tom Brady, who says that if the phone rang and there was a big injury and somebody needed a starting quarterback this season, that he would consider it. Tom Brady said this week, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, bull crap, Tom.
Yeah.
Let's have the worst team in the league give you a call on week 15. You're not going anywhere.
Who is the worst team in the league?
This year it was the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
They got I think they have the first draft pick. Chicago Bears sucked this year,
Yeah,
too.
they did.
Right. Hey, you'll love this. A bill that would make marrying your first cousin illegal in Tennessee finally passed, but there was a big fight.
That's right. We ain't going to let that happen around here. Right?
This is not a joke headline.
Right, Cajun Fester?
This is a real story. A bill passed in Tennessee this week in the House that would make it illegal to marry your first cousin.
You did this story totally ass backwards.
What do you mean?
You should have said, guess the state.
Oh.
And then a bill to not marry your first cousin or whatever is a big fight.
We're picketing, damn it. We're not going to let this happen.
I would have guessed Kentucky, honestly. West
passed.
Virginia.
Yeah, I would have guessed West Virginia.
It passed, but there were like huge arguments and discussions on the floor of the Tennessee House where some of the legislators in Tennessee did not want to make it illegal to be able to marry your first cousin.
I demand a recount.
So they should have put it on like the amendments for the vote so there could have been commercials. Hey, if you want to keep marrying your first cousin, vote no on 6.
We're not going to let them break up the Whitaker family like that.
Yeah. And
remember the barking break?
Thank you, Grandpa.
And then one of the Tennessee legislators that was absolutely against making it illegal to marry a first cousin, he stood up. You know, they get to debate and have the open discussion. He stands up and he had a baby arm coming out of his eye socket.
Oh.
So,
what are you looking at? My baby arm? Yeah. You looking at my baby arm? Better not be looking at that.
I can give you 15 reasons why we should.
Oh, but it's Tennessee, man. But actually, there are probably some other states that would have been funnier, like West Virginia.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
What's the other one?
If you said guess the state, I would have guessed West Virginia probably first, Kentucky second.
Yep.
Tennessee would have been the top 5.
No. Arkansas. Come on, Arkansas.
That whole stretch of real estate would have been in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what wouldn't, Froggy. Louisiana would not have been in that category.
No.
You look like over at Cajun Fest, I'll tell you right now, us Cajuns do not marry our cousins. We learned to French kiss with our cousins, but we don't marry them.
Hey, Roxanne, when you were pregnant, other than the obvious things, and I'm being very, very serious. This is not a joke. Let's shift to serious mode here.
Yeah, let's shift here to serious mode here on the MJ Morning Show here. Let's talk to Roxanne about her bigger body parts on her pregnancy.
All right, so Cajun Fester's you're gonna usher in serious mode, Cajun Fester.
Well, let me ask one question. Is Doug your first cousin?
I think he might be.
Maybe,
no, he's
okay.
my second cousin once removed.
Okay, what gets bigger on the old lady parts?
What do you say?
What gets bigger on the old lady parts?
Yeah.
All right. There is a surprise. I didn't know this.
Okay.
Now, the obvious things when a woman is pregnant, obviously it's the belly from the fetus growing inside the womb.
Obviously.
Okay. Then women start to have, larger breasts when they're pregnant. But I didn't know this. And, with Michelle, I did, other than the obvious, I did notice something with Michelle. You know what? Let me see if Michelle will take the call. Hang on. All right. And still to this day, I still notice something. I don't think
something different that happened after her.
Yeah. And it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I did notice something.
You sure you
but
wanna
this
go?
isn't the thing that's in the article? Is it
Hold
something?
on. No, this is different.
Different.
Hello?
Hey, Michelle, we're live. How you doing?
Good.
All right. Everything okay?
Sure.
Well, what's the matter?
up?
You all right?
Yeah.
Froggy, did you just say, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about, I have a story about things that happen to women when they're pregnant. And, the obvious that, obviously the stomach gets bigger because of the baby in the womb.
What?
The hole the baby crawls out of.
Breast.
Are you sure?
Breasts will get a little bigger. But
the entry and exit point.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's a fact.
Roxanne,
It's a fact.
All right, hold on.
I'm not.
Hold on.
All right.
You mean just the exit point?
All right. Now, apparently some women get enlarged noses. Did you know this?
Guys, we talked about this. You want to know how we talked about it?
I have no recollection of that.
Okay, let me tell you. I referenced it in that a friend of mine who was a huge Fox 13 fan, and she watched it. She's passed now. She was a lovely, lovely person. She would always tell me, she'd call me because she knew I was in the news business. She's like, I think Kelly Ring is pregnant again. And I said, why do you think that? And she said, because her nose looks a little bit bigger.
Uh-oh.
Remember that?
But does
and
it
then
stay bigger for the rest of your life?
Said it to Kelly Ring. We called her and talked to her about it.
Well,
sometimes they say it goes back. Sometimes they stay.
Well,
yeah.
Here's the story. This woman claims that her nose ballooned when she got pregnant, and her nose has not returned to normal 2 years after giving birth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gabriella Garrido, 36, noticed that her facial features were slowly changing while she was pregnant. But once she reached 9 months, it looked like that giant nose in the Steve Martin movie, she says. No, I'm kidding.
Like Winston Churchill?
What was that movie?
Roxanne?
Was it Roxanne?
Yeah, it was Roxanne.
How can I forget?
Cyrano de Bergerac play with Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah?
Yeah, that's right. Daryl Hannah. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, Michelle, I don't know if you were listening, but, when you were pregnant with Chloe, I noticed something, and it never went back. It's not bad, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Can I say you're not going to be angry at me, are you?
Well, I don't know.
No,
We'll find out.
No, you're not going to be angry. Listen, this is not. But when you were
Is it a
pregnant,
body part?
what?
Is it a body part?
Yeah, of course, it's a body part. That's what we're talking about.
What letter does it start with?
F.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So Michelle is tall and thin, and she has kind of.
Oh, okay.
She's got like thin, long hands and thin fingers. When Michelle was pregnant with Chloe, Michelle's fingers got a little bit bigger. I'm not talking about giant ballpark plump when you cook them French.
giant fingers.
No. Just Michelle's fingers, and you look at Michelle's hands, and Michelle could be a hand model. Michelle has Michelle has gorgeous fingers, gorgeous hands.
No,
But-
seriously, I looked at that IG photo of yours where with the
Where she's holding his
holding
wiener?
the clips.
Just
yeah.
beautiful.
And I was like, those are hand model hands. They're just elegant. They're the skin and the way that they,
Listen,
lay.
I like the whole body.
They're elegant.
Lean, thin. So, but here's the deal, Michelle. In our more affectionate days, we were hand holding all the time.
Aw.
And I just noticed that when you were pregnant with Chloe, and then in the aftermath, that, when you hold someone's hand all the time, you know what it feels like. But when you were pregnant, your hands, it seemed to get a little bigger, your fingers got a little bigger. And did ring sizing change as well?
Not really.
But
Because my ring always had to go over my knuckles anyway.
Okay, but I totally noticed the difference.
Now I'm going to have to reflect and think about if you're not holding my hand as often. I'm going to start keeping a little hand-holding calendar.
Oh, you got to keep a log, keep a hand-holding journal and diary. How about that?
Yeah.
But no, your nose didn't change, though. Your nose stayed the same.
It did while I was pregnant.
What?
It did get bigger while I was pregnant, and then it went down.
Hold on, I don't recall that.
Well, good.
Hold on, so you noticed that your...
Oh, yeah.
You noticed that your nose got bigger while you were pregnant?
Oh, everything on me got bigger while I was pregnant, but then everything pretty much went down.
But with Chloe, though, you did not gain a lot of weight with Chloe.
No.
And Chloe was bigger than Julian. Chloe was like 8 pounds, 10 ounces, and Julian was like 6 pounds, 4 ounces.
Yeah.
But with...
It's like a raw chicken.
with Chloe, I think you only gained like a total like 28 pounds or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot. So... All right.
Michelle, did you get that dark vertical line on your belly? That was one of the weirdest things that I ever remember about being pregnant.
Like the equator?
Yeah,
up and down.
Yes, you get an up and down
Oh,
line.
vertical. Oh.
Yeah, and I got a really dark one.
Like the prime meridian.
Yeah, yes, exactly. The prime meridian. Yes,
yeah.
there you go. I got a really...
Like the international date line right in front of your gut.
It was all zigzag through the Solomon Islands. Yeah.
I had one go all the way...
mask.
Oh, you
on a
did?
face.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Did you get that?
I did not get the mask. No.
Oh, I was so worried that was not going away.
So
yeah, that
I
goes
remember
away.
when Allison got pregnant with our daughter, I got cankles. And they never went away. Never went away.
Fester.
Never went away.
Fester gained 85 pounds. It never went away. All right, Michelle. See you in a little bit.
All right, so...
I'm looking forward to a lovely, relaxing weekend with you.
Ew.
What do you mean, ooh?
Are you going to hold my hand?
I'm going to hold
Or are you going to tell me how fat my fingers
No,
are?
your fingers are not fat. I said they're not like ballpark plump when you cook them Franks. I just noticed that when you were pregnant and in the aftermath, that the interlacing of the fingers feeling just felt a little different, and that never went away.
That's it. I'm going on a diet.
He calls you banana hands.
That's it. I'm going to start jamming myself with Ozempic every hour on the hour.
Oh, you know what? You know how they say, like, don't weigh yourself? I'm going to measure my fingers, and then I'll go on a diet, and we'll see if I can reduce the finger size just to make you happy.
Oh, no. Michelle's going to be pumping.
It's like Hansel and Gretel. You're going to make her put her fingers through the... Isn't that how they used to check the witch?
9:18 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, Michelle, I'll see you soon.
All right, goodbye.
All right, bye. Hey, speaking of drugs...
Uh-huh.
I want to do this because this is just burning a hole in my pocket. I want to do this today, but I probably want to bring this up again next week and see if anyone is on this drug.
And the drugs you said are burning a hole in your pocket?
No, the story's burning a hole in my pocket. Meaning I want to do this story, but I don't have time to take calls, so maybe we'll do the story again next week and see if I can get some phone calls. There is a drug called Lybalvi, and it's incredible. And I've always made a point about this, that every time you turn on the TV, every freaking day, you see a commercial for some new drug where it sounds like they totally made up the name. So, Festa, look this drug up.
Okay.
Lybalvi, Lybalvi.
Lybalvi.
I got to be honest, I don't even know what the hell this drug does, so maybe you can look it up and tell me what it does. What does Lybalvi do? But there was a mention in this commercial.
Could be you said L-Y?
Yeah, Lybalvi.
Lybalvi, okay.
Yeah, Lybalvi. So what the hell does it do? Oh, it's to treat manic or mixed episodes.
So maybe you should be on it.
Oh, okay. So this treats people with bipolar disorder and everything. So that's what Lybalvi does. So I'm watching TV. This commercial for Lybalvi comes on. I'm like, what the heck? Here, Listen to a little bit of the commercial.
Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose.
All right, so if you're all jacked up on heroin or you're popping fentanyl all
Or
day,
you're in withdrawal or some kind of recovery
all right, don't
from
take the drug. All right, but that really didn't concern me. I'm like, okay, that's a run of the mill. Okay, next.
Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused. Or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs.
Okay, all right. Still just kind of run-of-the-mill contraindications, side effects, whatever. It's you hear that all the time. All right, it's this last chunk that had me very, very curious about a potential side effect of Lybalvi. All right, listen.
Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing.
Wait. Uncontrollable body movements that may become permanent. Say what?
Is that like a shake?
Uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent.
Yeah, that's a tremor, right?
Or
Yeah.
like a tick, or like a what?
I know a couple of guys who are a little bit older who cannot hold their hands straight. The way that I'm holding my hand straight, you just put your hand out there. Every time they hold their hand or they grab a fork, there's a shake to it.
So wait a minute. That means that during the testing and the approval process for this drug, that some people that took the drug got uncontrollable, like involuntary jerks, like Froggy over here.
Yeah, he's involuntary. You are voluntary.
Uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent.
Uncontrollable body movements, which may be. See, when I hear that, I don't think of like a little tremor or a shake. I think of like, you're just standing in line at Disney and suddenly your elbow goes up and you whack some guy in Kansas in the jaw next to you, oh my God, what's going on here?
Uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent.
Oh, son of a,
Just punch somebody.
9:22 at the MJ Morning. We got to take calls on this and see if we have any listeners that have, bipolar disorder. If anyone's on Lybalvi, are you suddenly, having all kinds of, crazy, spasms or something?
You're punching people.
We'll go to the go to the spasm phones next week. All right, 9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday is next, so please stand by. Put the banner back up that you ripped off the wall. I draped it over your chair.
I didn't do that. That's Hal. Hal left.
Come on.
After that amazing concert, you're going to make me do that?
And folks, if you missed the Hal Herman live performance,
I want that video top of the thing.
If you missed Hal Herman and his new Hal Herman band,
you guys want more performances next
and
week?
his 2 live songs that happened a little earlier. If you missed that, make sure you go back and watch them on MJTV. Yeah, talking about uncontrollable body movements.
Right.
I know. Hal gets carried away when he's live.
Dude, man, you can't do that in the new studio.
Why do you think I'm doing it? I'm trying to get to the new studio faster.
Yeah, if we're here, now I did sign a new deal, but
what do you think? I'm going to be here when that happens?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, listen, you might just set 2 chairs up in that studio.
Yeah, the new studio supposed to be in the next couple of months. Yeah, you guys aren't up till October.
Yeah, that's right. And they better back up the brinks.
Hey, speaking of the brinks, not Brinks, but what was it? Garda World.
Yeah.
The other armored car company. The big armored car companies are what? Brinks, Garda, Garda. Garda has the black and red trucks, right? Isn't that Garda? Then you got Brinks, and then you have Wells Fargo. Does Wells Fargo still do armored car delivery?
Maybe out west. I don't think I've seen them around here
Yeah,
lately.
anyway, so speaking of backing up the money truck, I saw yesterday that $30 million heist in Los Angeles, where over Easter weekend they broke into that money warehouse for Garda World.
Yeah.
And $30 million was stolen from the vault. They're saying that it may never be solved.
Oh, those are some good criminals.
I mean, what the... New York Post had a story on this yesterday. The wild $30 million cash heist from a Los Angeles warehouse Easter Sunday was apparently pulled off by top-notch group of criminals and so clean it could go unsolved, an expert says. This is a group that would have to have a lot of prior experience, said Scott Selby, a Harvard-educated lawyer and co-author of Flawless, a book about the famous Antwerp diamond heist. It's like if you were a gymnast, by the time you're world quality, you've already done a lot of work, said Selby, of the type of thieves who seem to have targeted the Garda World facility out in Sylmar in Southern California last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Easter Sunday. The polished criminals snuck into the site through its roof and accessed the safe without setting off any alarms. How do they not have the whole place wired when you have that kind of money inside?
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Nah, you just put a couple of Ring cameras and a couple of padlocks and you'll be fine.
We had an ADT sign out front.
Oh, those work, man. I'll tell you right now. Brinks, Loomis, and Garda World are the three largest, and Loomis is used to be affiliated with Wells Fargo.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. It was like Loomis Wells Fargo or something like that. Yeah. They made off with $30 million in hard cash. And if it was in all $100 bills, it would have weighed almost 700 pounds.
Oh, my God.
If $30 million in all hundreds would have been about 662 pounds, according to calculations.
And there's no money tracking on it. It's not like it came from who prints the money?
The mint?
Yeah.
The Treasury?
Isn't that money's, they could pull back serial numbers on
the
that
Bureau of Engraving.
Yeah.
I believe is the technical term.
This is deposits from businesses. There's no tracking of that money.
Wow. Can you imagine $30 million heist and they may never find out who did it, according to some experts.
These guys are good.
You just walk around the rest of your life with a big old wad of $100 bills paying for everything.
And
no, you got to keep it low, dude.
Yeah, they're sitting.
I mean,
I'm sure they have some possible suspects, but they're not going to pull a Goodfellas dumbass move and start buying pink Cadillacs and fur coats and jewelry. And
no.
What's the matter with you?
What's
the matter with you?
Yeah, we're not going to see Carbone all hanging in a meat truck, frozen. Yeah, one of the greatest scenes. What a phenomenal use of this song of Derek and the Dominoes and Layla.
You could Jeffrey Tube into this movie, couldn't you?
For me, it does not get better than Goodfellas. Listen, I could put just a few movies on a loop, and those movies are The Blues Brothers, Casino, Goodfellas. That's all. Those three movies. Those are the only three movies I need. Blues Brothers, Goodfellas, and Casino. That's it.
And Seinfeld in between.
Yeah.
Dude, so a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you know what I saw? Speaking of Seinfeld, just hang on a thought.
Fester.
Hold on.
Shut up.
I saw the final episode of The Office yesterday for the first time ever.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'd never seen it, and it was on Comedy Central yesterday afternoon. They ran the last two episodes, so I saw part one of the final Office ever, and then I saw part two. I had never seen those finales ever. First time ever. Yep. Yep.
I think I have.
Yeah, it was a wedding. It was a wedding.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you know what? The Dwight family ritual of standing in your own graves while getting married. That's really cool, man. I like that.
That's
very
hilarious.
very shallow graves, as a matter of fact. Fester, you were about to say.
No, we were talking about Goodfellas. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago, my daughter had a situation at school where she saw her friend do something, and she didn't tell the teacher.
Oh, she didn't rat him out, didn't snitch.
And she felt conflicted about it because part of her says she should have said something.
And let me guess, her favorite movie is Goodfellas that she watches with you regularly.
I sat her down and played the scene for her where Henry gets pinched for the cigarettes.
Oh, and didn't fold?
I was like, hey, there's the two lessons. You don't rat on your friends and you keep your mouth shut.
And they get him out of jail, and they're like, dude, hey! They're all the wise guys are patting him on the back and everything.
I just played that
you
one.
You got pinched and you
Did
didn't
you really?
I played
as a life lesson, you played a scene at a Goodfellas for your daughter?
That's parenting.
Yeah, I said, look.
That's
I was like, listen.
That's Parenting Magazine stuff right there.
I played that clip from Goodfellas, and she knows the two lessons. Don't rat on your friends and keep your mouth shut.
She's on her way to being a mobster.
Hey, listen,
from your lips to God's ears.
Right.
I told the story about the big mob bust in my neighborhood, right? Didn't I tell a story where my dad was
back in the day? Not in Beach Park.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm talking.
I thought you meant now.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'm talking about the early 1970s New York mob. I'm talking about the Five Families, man. And hey, Fester, the New York Times story is still in the archives.
Okay.
Type in this. Maybe I should let Roxanne type this in.
Type in what?
All right. New York
York. Okay, that's a little vague.
Mafia.
Mafia.
All right, lots going to
Okay.
come up.
Yeah, give me more.
It's not that bad so far.
Drugs.
Okay, still vague.
Nanuet.
Oh, Jesus. Nan-U-E-T.
Yep. No, one T.
Okay, one T. That's right.
Lacosa. Lacosa.
Okay.
That was the name. That was the name. My next door neighbor's name was Lacosa. All right.
Well, that worked.
1972.
Look at this. Look at first story that comes up. 9 convicted here in narcotics case. September 20th of 1972. All right. Listen to this. Jojo Manfredi, a reputed.
Yes, that name rules. That's awesome.
Hey, listen, I'm not making this up. My dad was brought down to FBI headquarters in Lower Manhattan because we live right next door to members of the mob up in Nanuet. We lived at 18 Daisy Court, and they were our next-door neighbors up in Nanuet, 10954. All right, so listen to this. Jojo Manfredi. This is 1972.
Jojo.
I'm 6 years old.
This is in the prime.
I am 6. 1972 is like total
Prime Mafia time.
Yeah.
prime New York Mafia. This is New York Times from the archives. Jojo Manfredi, a reputed mafia captain, and 8 other defendants were found guilty in federal district court here last night of conspiring to distribute narcotics. The prosecution had characterized the defendants as engaging in a massive conspiracy to distribute heroin throughout the New York community, with most of the drugs going into Harlem. Manfredi, because he has 2 previous convictions for narcotics violations, faces a maximum of 30 years in prison and a $50,000 fine. Here we go. A second defendant, Joseph Lacosa,
who lived next to the Schnitz.
Yes, Manfredi's nephew was found guilty on additional count under a new section of the federal narcotics law. Anyway, scroll down. Let's see if it has the address. Look for Daisy Court. It was.
They used to give addresses back then, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They used to. I think scroll down. It's not in there. Keep going.
This isn't the arrest. This is the. This is the trial.
Oh, okay.
This is months later.
All right. So in another story, it listed my street. So I remember 1972. I remember when this thing went down. The FBI, the Clarkstown Sheriff's Office in Rockland County, flew into the neighborhood, and they did this huge, massive bust, and we were looking out the window, and my dad's like, put the shade down! So, yep, there we go. So,
did he have a sandwich in his hand?
So, Andrew found the story. Go. What are you seeing, Andrew?
I'm seeing in another story, according to evidence brought up in the trial, who lives at 11 Daisy Court, Nanuet, New York.
Yep, so that's our neighbor. Does it say which crime family they were part of? See if you can find which crime family. I'm trying to think. Was it Genovese? You got Gambino, Genovese, Colombo. What am I missing? What are the 5 crime families? Yeah,
Gambino.
Gambino.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Bonanno.
Bonanno, thank you. Those are the 5.
Article says Gambino.
Okay, so they were part of the Gambino crime family next door. And my dad used to play poker with them. So my dad was in the house, and my dad, after the fact, said he used to see stacks of money all over the place in the house. So the FBI brings my dad down after the bust, brings my dad down to Lower Manhattan to the FBI headquarters, and they're trying to get my dad to talk, and they're interviewing my dad about, hey, what do you know about your neighbors?
Ooh.
And my dad didn't say a word. My dad said to them, I have a wife. I've got 2 young kids because I was born in 66. My brother was born in 69. This is 1972. My dad said, if you think I'm going to say a word, you got got to screw loose.
They're real nice people.
My dad said nothing. He didn't want to mess with the Gambino crime family.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Schnitt.
So then, like weeks later, my dad runs into one of the family members, and they said, hey, I understand they brought you downtown. The FBI brought you downtown. And my dad said, I didn't say a word. And they say, yeah, we know.
Oh, of course they do.
Oh,
they got it. Yep.
They knew my
Yep.
dad didn't say a word.
Good for him.
So that's our real life Goodfellas Gambino crime family. Yeah, Gambino, Lucchese. That's what we love. Gambino, Lucchese, Genovese, Bonanno, and Colombo. Those are the five big crime families.
How perfect would it have been to run money through the styrofoam ball factory?
The big money laundering operation.
Right, you get the styrofoam ball, you crack it open, there's the cocaine.
Hey, speaking of money, did you see that it is estimated that if Britney Spears wants to do OnlyFans, that she could make upwards of $100 million a year?
Oh, could you imagine?
But she's got to deliver the goods. It just can't be her juggling knives. I can see that on Instagram.
Doing a hibachi act.
She's not going to have sex on it. She's Britney Spears.
Give me back my $100 million.
We got to roll. Anything else before we get out of here and call it a day?
Yes, I will be posting my 2 new songs on my Instagram.
Which is what? Froggy
MJ Radio. Froggy
Okay.
MJ Radio.
So
Thank you to Hal Herman.
What am I going to be doing this weekend? I don't even know yet. But if you want to, you can follow my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. And Roxanne, what are you doing?
I'm at Roxanne Wilder on IG, and we did a story about my mom this week, and if you want to see a picture of her, she's up.
Aw, your mom's hot.
In those lace panties you were talking about?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there we go. All right, folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm sorry, we'll see you back here Monday on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Cash Kitty comes up in minutes. Cash Kitty happens in 15 minutes at 10 o'clock. And then again at noon, 3, and 5 p.m., and you're shot to grab $1,000 each time. So good luck, Cash Kitty, exclusively on Q105. And whatever you do this weekend, folks, please, let's be careful out there.